Your DM Falcon. I fucked up that intro really badly, but that was that. But yes, I'm your DM Falcon. Anybody want to do like a recap of intros from characters from anyone who may not have been here last time?
Once the ad stops playing.
Of course.
Lol.
Although it's for prey, which looks interesting.
Yeah.
So are we doing characters or just what has happened?
Characters.
Well, I am playing. Hi, I'm Skylark. I'm playing Mir, the Kenku cleric, who is a bit socially challenged, but otherwise very sweet. She's traveling, following in the footsteps of her grandmother, Hana, and trying to spread the blessings of her little homebrew pantheon of gods, the Celestial family, particularly soon the Moon God.
On someone. Okay, sounds good. Who's next?
I can go. I am Sketchy Lurker. I am playing our Wood Elf monk named Temp Placeholder of the New Jersey Placeholders. Don't ask. Long story. The reason I've come back to this come to this town isn't really something I've explained yet. What we do know is that Temp is for some reason looking for a group of nobles. All dark and mysterious like, I know.
Okay, next.
Alright, I'll go. I'm Skeletal Echo. I will be playing our tiefling druid Tiska, who was abandoned by her birth family when she was very, very young and found by a pair of human shepherds. She was raised by them in the druidic traditions and whatnot, but got kicked out of her hometown when she was very young because of bigotry and bullshit. Or not very young, recently. So now she's just kind of traveling around trying to find out what she can about her birth parents. And so that landed her here.
Okay, next up.
This is Chenti. I'm playing Brahm, the dwarven fighter. He is basically scattered to the winds, wandering because his clan was decimated. So he's always on the lookout for artifacts from his clan.
Okay, next.
Well, I guess I shall go.
Mhm.
My name is Lou. I play Minato, which is a female human who's just looking to make a name for herself. She been wandering for a little bit and is now, was going to decide to settle in this city. Things might be taking a slight turn for her, but we'll see how it plays out.
And last but not least, JD.
What up, everyone? I'm JD. I play Zackrow, or Zack, a cataleptic tabaxi wizard who's just out to learn some cool stuff.
All right. Last week, you all gathered in the city of Saints Haven, and while you were there, the city shut down completely due to the appearance of a somewhat regularly scheduled gigantic interplanar rift. You went and found a group of scientists and helped one of them get some data from within the rift, and right now all of you are kind of chilling out in the camp while they analyze and work with that data. Real quick before we actually like play, I would like some information from each of you. So I need everybody's AC, maximum hit points, and passive perception. I will call out one by one for each stat. So Temp,
Let me
AC.
bring up my character sheet.
Temp, 17.
Tiska.
AC is 11.
Brom.
I have to look it up 1 second.
All right, Zach. Zackrow.
Oh, dang it. AC 13.
Okay. Mir.
16.
And Minato?
15.
Okay, maximum health points. Temp.
24.
Tiska.
26.
Brom.
Dang.
I'm still looking it up.
No worries. Zackrow. Zackrow.
Oh, sorry, 17.
Okay.
I'm just getting in character, guys.
Good lord. Minato?
21.
And Mir?
18. Because I rolled a 1 for hit points this level.
You did add your constitution modifier, right?
Oh no.
I did.
Okay. And passive perception. Temp.
Excuse me. So that's gonna be 12.
Tiska?
I have it somewhere. Give me a moment.
Okay.
15.
Dang.
Alright.
Yeah,
Zackrow?
10.
Minato?
I believe. Give me a quick second here. I think it's 12.
You're also a
Yeah,
little quiet,
12.
friend.
Sorry, it's 12.
Alright, Mir?
14.
Okay, back to Brom. You ready yet?
I have to go get my laptop. I can't get the PDF to open on this machine for some reason.
Okay.
Nice.
And it won't open up. It opens on my phone, but all the boxes are blank. So I
Let me
don't
see
know.
if I
Yeah.
can...
All right, let me go get my laptop. It'll take me 2 minutes.
Alright.
You have a copy of what I sent you from earlier. That
Yeah, I
has
know.
the
I'm opening
correct
that
numbers.
now.
Yep. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Well, at least this is slightly less bad than last week's technical difficulties.
Do
No,
not
don't
jinx
say.
me.
Don't, yeah, I was gonna say.
Do not.
Do not tempt the gods of technology.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, don't tempt Fuse.
Yeah, he gives no shits.
Right.
Fair point.
Alright, let's see what I've got here. Stonehammer. AC is 18. Maximum hit points is 43. Jesus fuck. Yeah, that's true though. Passive perception is not calculated. I really should have reviewed this prior to the stream, but I'll just have to calculate it myself. Brom, do you happen to have proficiency in perception?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because it's not marked down here.
Yeah. All right, my hit points are 43. My armor class is 18.
And that means your passive perception is 11. Okay. Now I've got a little
Excuse me? Your hit points are what?
fighter.
I get
Ridiculous. I love it.
D10 plus 4 every level, and I started with max. In my second level, I rolled a 10. I rolled a 7 for this level.
That's amazing.
So we'll just
Love
put
it.
him out front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Everything.
Yeah, he's a frontliner. Okay.
Fucking tanks, man.
Alright, so.
You should really be tanking them for taking all the hits for you.
Well, I almost
Okay.
died in the last battle.
That's true.
I was down to like 11 hit points or something.
Jesus.
That was more than the max of my second level bard.
Because your bard was shit.
That Val.
Oh yeah, that's Val.
Poor baby.
Now what I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and pin this to my wall just above my computer so that I can always know who's got what, where, and when, and whatever. Perfect. Okay, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I guess.
Let me bring up the account or the there we go. Okay, so first off, Lorelei led you guys back from the rift after you guys put Peeper into it, and she is basically she's taking the time to analyze Peeper's information And if there's anything you'd like to do within about 2 days when the city is slowly getting filled up with tiny little monsters everywhere, now is the time to do it.
I'd like to trap them.
So I remember something about a certain set of armor from a wolf
That is
was
correct.
pulled off, and someone wanted to.
A couple of someone's, I believe.
Mhm.
Yes, it would be much appreciated.
If you
Well,
would
those
like
of us
to
who
attempt to
don't
turn
Rex
the
for-
armor for wolves into armor for people, now is your chance.
All right. Well, since I'm a bit of a cracksmith, shall we say? Not a cracksmith. There's a difference. Long story. But I would like to attempt to make that into human armor for maybe one of my compatriots here.
Okay, who are you making armor for?
I think we ended up with 3 sets.
Yep, you had all 3 sets of dog armor, or wolf armor.
And how many people want this upgraded armor?
I do.
I do.
So I think that's just all 3. So I might as well try for all 3.
Okay,
While I wait, would like to talk to Lorelei.
alright.
I was also going to lurk around Lorelei.
Oh, alright.
Hannah's gonna journal and poke around the camp a little.
Mir.
Observe. Sorry, yeah. I did this at my other game too, which is even worse, because that character isn't even a Tengu. Also, she's an evil bastard.
Oop.
But Mira's nice, and Mira's just gonna kind of poke her birdie head around the camp.
Alrighty. Lurker, go ahead and give me 3 or 4 dexterity checks.
Okay, and I have proficiency with Smith's tools, so should I just add like +2 to that?
I believe, I don't remember exactly, but I think having proficiency with the set of tools either gives you advantage on it or doesn't give you disadvantage.
Okay.
I
It
don't remember
probably
exactly.
doesn't give me disadvantage in this case.
Let me actually whip out my
Um,
playbook and look.
Yeah, we should look that up before we do anything.
Yeah.
I've got the
You might
player's
have to
handbook
add
out
the
here, 1 second.
Proficiency bonus.
What is it?
Yeah, I thought it was that it's a straight roll, but then you add whatever skill is relevant and
Oh.
your proficiency bonus.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you. Alright,
Hold on.
yeah, do that.
Tools. A tool helps you to do something you couldn't otherwise do, such as craft or repair an item, forge a document, or pick or lock. Race, class, background, feats, and proficiency with certain tools. Proficiency with a tool allows you to add your proficiency bonus to any ability check you make using that tool.
So these are, you said these were dex checks?
Yeah, I would say so.
The check would, yeah, it says tool use is not tied to a single ability, since proficiency with the tool represents broader knowledge of its use. For example, the DM might ask you to make a dexterity check to carve a fine detail with your wood carver's tools, or a strength check to make something out of particularly hard wood. So you add your proficiency bonus, and the DM decides what ability you're making the check for.
And here I'm gonna go ahead and say dex.
Okay. So 11. First one's gonna be an 18.
Okay.
Second one's gonna be a 12.
Does not do it.
And third one is a crit fail.
Okay. You create, for one of them, you manage to take apart the armor. You work in there, you find like the little rivets and stuff holding it together. A lot of it's actually ties. You create one set of armor that you could further adjust for use by somebody. The second one, you take it apart, but you just can't get it to fit back together in any way that makes sense. So you put it aside and you get the third one and you just mangle this one horribly.
Sounds right for me, let's be honest.
The
Who's
third
the
set
twos?
is it cannot be salvaged.
That's fair. So it looks like I just managed to get one fixed up.
Mhm.
Now I seem to recall someone had a AC of 11 in the party.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
me.
think probably give it to her.
I'm gonna definitely give it to Skeletal's character.
JD, you want to speak up? The rolls were 18, 12, and a 1.
What's going on here?
JD is trying to speak up without using you know, the magnificent tool of the voice.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
No, we can't hear. Yes, we can.
We can hear you now. We couldn't really hear you before.
Okay, good. Is it DM? Is it too late to change one of those roles?
I'll let you do it.
Okay. If I got one to a 17, would that work?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got one 17, and I want to use that on the 1.
Okay. So what happens, Temp, is that you create the first set, and you mess with the second set, and you put the second set aside. And as you are brutally victimizing this poor set of armor, Zackrow comes in and just watches you for a little bit, and just comes over and starts just like playing with the pieces and just bats them into place, and then goes, "Oh, were you working with these?" and then leaves. But they've been put into place such as you could probably make that into another set of armor.
Nice. So
Sort of stare at it and go, "I'm a genius."
So then we can say that I made 2
Yes.
sets. All right. Then one of them's definitely going to skeletal.
What was your AC, Minato? You were the one who was interested
Yeah.
in the other one?
15.
Okay, you can have it then. Mine's a 16 and it bumps up one more next level because of Dex, so.
All right.
So I'll give them to Minato and Tiska.
Okay, and what does that make your guys' AC?
What's the bonus?
I think it's just a +1.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it is +1, and then, as Lorelei found out, if you are within 5 feet of an ally, it's another +1.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
So
So-
just any ally or another ally wearing the armor?
Any ally.
Alright, nifty. So that's a 12 to 13 for me.
Okay?
Maybe you won't die in 2 hits.
That is a 15 to 16 for me.
Wonderful.
Yay!
All right.
That
Who
helped.
else? Who else was doing
How
stuff?
many feet do I have to be within?
5 feet.
So
You have to
pretty
be
close.
standing next to somebody, basically.
Yes.
So are the scraps of the leather useful for anything, or did mangling it basically undo the...
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
no, wait, no,
really
you
use those.
managed to fix the mangled one, but there are other little pieces.
Oh, the secondary one, you can try again, but the DC is higher.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
I might as well. And that's gonna be a 21.
Well. After you mess with the third set and create a second set of armor out of it, you go back to the previous one and you're looking at it on the table and you kind of just you stare at it for a minute and then you walk around to the other side of the table and you can see better how you might be able to carve some off of some of these pieces or hammer on them a little bit and flatten them out, and you manage to create a third set of armor.
All right.
Yay!
And then I'm just gonna kind of walk outside and say, hey, I've got another set of leather armor here. It's from whatever those wolves were wearing. Seems to be better than what you guys probably have. If anybody wants it, it's here.
Mir wants it. So unless somebody else is hoping for it.
I'll give it to Mir then, unless somebody else is, speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, go ahead, Mir.
What does that make your AC?
17.
And 18 with you when you're next to an ally. Nice. Yeah, you do. You have matching armor. You cool cats. Hold on, I gotta plug this thing in. By plug, I mean stab it into the wall.
Or wait, hang on. For her armor, it was originally studded leather armor. Does that change it to just leather armor with the +1?
Yes,
or-
it does.
So that might actually not be any change to mirrors. Hang on.
Except the ally bonus.
True.
Ah, shit. I'm not pulling this thing off the wall again, y'all. I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna write it like this. Ugh. Yeah, make sure you write that in your inventory, Magic Wolf Armor. By the way, it is this beautifully carved leather armor, and it's engraved with like these lovely sort of Celtic patterns. And you can see on the arms, at least, there are like decals of these running wolves.
So for Mir, indeed, it wouldn't change her normal AC. She would get the plus for being next to allies, but for instance, if somebody uses regular leather armor and desperately wants it, I don't know if Braum, I assume, is wearing something heavier.
He's got an AC of 18 right now.
Yeah, I've got like dwarven chainmail.
Yeah. I don't know what Temp or Zackrow wear in terms of armor.
I'm a monk. I can't wear armor.
Yeah, I don't think Zach can wear armor either because he's
Yeah.
a wizard.
Wizard.
Okay, then I'll stick with this.
Okay. That did not... I'm just gonna take this thing out of the wall again.
I wonder if it's probably not at the moment because it took enough time to redo the leather armor, but I wonder if like next time we hit up a
Can
big
you
city
just-
that does not currently have a portal floating over it, if it's possible to like add studs to the leather. If that would disrupt the magic.
It would require a hell of a check, but... it's possible. Ugh, there we
Temp
go.
thinks he doesn't. He's not going to be able to do that right now and doesn't want to risk destroying the armor.
Probably smart.
Understood.
Does Lorelei
Yeah, I
need
would
armor?
ask an artificer to do that.
Like I said, if we hit up like a big city, you know, one that isn't currently having a interdimensional portal thing
Mhm.
going
Oh, okay.
on, maybe we'll find
Okay.
someone who's like especially trained in making armor.
Yeah.
He's got that Skyrim perk that lets him improve enchanted weapons and armor.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Minato, I believe you wanted to do something?
Give me 3 seconds.
Okay.
What? No.
I was about to do that exact thing.
Me too. And
Lol.
now I feel bad.
Why are we all the worst people imaginable?
We deserve each other.
Oh boy.
No, I deserve worse than y'all, but you know, I'll take it.
You kooky kids.
Ha ha ha! You strange children.
Who do you calling a child?
You fight me.
Fight me IRL, sketchy.
Alright, sorry about that. Yes, I wanted to talk to Lorelei, and if I could, you know.
Of course, go for it.
I... Sorry.
Suspension of disbelief, please. Oh my god.
My
So,
immersion.
I walk up to Lorelei, and I greet her and ask her if she wants to go for a small walk.
Well, I mean, unless you mean around the camp, I don't really know. I mean, the entire city is kind of full of stuff.
Good point. Just do you... hold on. my brain's not thinking at the moment. I'm going too many different directions. She says, well then, can we go back to your tent and talk about something? I have a idea.
Sure. She seems a little apprehensive, but sure. She doesn't really know you that well.
Right. So, as we're walking to her tent, I go, I really love the idea of your domes. Did you create that yourself?
I did. I invented that, actually. The pocket version that I carry around sometimes when I'm going somewhere dangerous, and the one that's actually around the camp right now, and a modified version that is the one surrounding Saints Haven, actually.
It is wonderful work. I was wondering if you could possibly expand it to a sphere.
A sphere.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I might be able to. Why?
I was thinking it might come in handy for a useful trade venture, as it were. And I was wondering if you could help me out. If you were to be able to come up with this sphere with a few other small modifications and let me use it, I could donate 30% of my profits to your research?
Wait. Hold on. Profits from what? If you don't mind me asking, I know there are a lot of business people in Saints Haven since it is an airport and whatnot, but I've never. What do you do here?
Well, I am setting up a trade venture myself, and I think your technology could be put to use in creating another niche market that only I believe Saints Haven can provide.
Well, I mean, it is very, very difficult to make these. And as of right now, I do only have the one. I don't know if it's possible to extend it to a full sphere of influence, and I don't really know why unless you're also protecting from attack underneath, from creatures like boulettes or something. But I'll see if it's possible to do that.
Oh, well, no big hurry. But if you could look into it.
All right. So basically she's apprehensive about this, but she agrees to look into it possibly. I also can't
Fair
make any more
enough.
smarmy comments because I've turned voice activity on instead of push to talk.
Why are you like this?
It's easier. Sort of.
It is.
Okay. Did I hear that conversation?
No, you did not. Minato specifically went to a different area.
Dang it. Okay.
If you would like to have your own private conversation with Lorelai, go for it.
It does not need to be private. I just want to tell Lorelai, hey, okay, Peeper is pretty cool, but you know what would be cooler?
What?
Let's
People with
catch
weapons.
a monster.
You wanna catch a monster?
Yes, we could take such good readings. Come on.
Which specifically did you have in mind?
Whatever is smallest.
Well, and she breaks out like a list of stuff that's been seen in the past in Saints Haven, and there's like various small like elementals, like teeny versions of elementals. There's the mephits, which were what you fought in the first session. Those have appeared out every so often. There's been a couple like little versions of fae. But mostly it appears to be, mostly it's fae, like tiny little shadow creatures, that are apparently from the Shadowfell, and lesser elementals and stuff.
Do you think it's possible to trap one?
I mean, I don't see why not. No, I mean, as long as you have a trap that hypothetically should work. Welcome, Arkham Savior, to the stream.
The enthusiasm with which
would-
you declare this is deeply amusing to me.
That
Yeah,
that
that's
thing
But I
that
thought maybe we could finagle something.
I mean, it could be possible, yeah. Although a lot
am
of
I
these
part of the
creatures
conversation?
have been seen before. Yeah, this is not a private conversation. You can hear this. A lot of these creatures have been seen before, and I know a lot of, study has been done on them. None of them have had intense, like, research done into them in captivity, probably because we don't know if they're sentient or not. And it's not really ethical to imprison sentient creatures, but we don't know what's sentient.
Yeah, I guess.
How would you know if you don't trap one and find out? And the moment you find out, you let them go.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna hurt him.
All right. If you want to set up,
Renato, you want me out on this?
oh my god, you guys, seriously, wow,
Hmm.
you're brimming with enthusiasm. So am I. So, are you guys gonna go try and catch a monster?
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
It's an
Okay.
adventure.
Sure, go
I
for
love
it.
this attitude. Let's do it.
What do you want to try and catch? What are you going for? Here?
Not a method.
A
Not
Tarrasque.
Something small.
You are not going to
No.
catch a Tarrasque.
Dreams.
You've never seen a
A
Tarrasque.
vampiric lich Tarrasque?
No.
No.
No, 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 no.
I would say an earth elemental would be the best.
Alright, so basically, in Saint's Haven, there are like tiny versions of normal elementals. An earth elemental.
Yeah,
are
let's
you
pick a
going
tiny
to-
one.
You're trying to catch a lesser or minor earth elemental.
That'll work.
Guys,
Okay.
why don't we pick an air one?
Because they fly?
Harder to trap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess they do.
I'm looking give me just a second. I'm currently looking up through my secret tomes at the
Unless you had a net.
little document I have of lesser
I
elementals.
think gaseous form kind of ignores nets.
True.
Yeah.
It sure does. All right.
Oh, is that how that works now?
And I'll go back into. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. Okay, so you plan on catching an earth elemental.
I believe it would be the easiest.
Okay. What are you gonna do? An earth elemental, if somebody wants to roll me an arcana check, perhaps?
Ooh.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Actually, I'm
20.
not comfortable.
Pardon
Well,
me?
Nat 20 plus
What?
3.
I think we're blowing all of our 20s on, the
You
rolls that aren't
are.
super, super important.
Right.
22, what up?
22 versus a 23. Okay. Alrighty. Oops, accidentally just. Why you have two? Oh my god. Okay, so you know that an earth elemental, there you can get a small earth elemental, or you can try for a lesser. The small ones are much easier to capture. They are invulnerable to pretty much most immune. They're immune to poison. They're invulnerable to most conditions. They are, however, weak to thunder damage. They are. Let's see here. Pretty slow, but they can just burrow through the earth without losing any speed.
I missed, did you say how they feel about fire?
They,
Indifferent.
yeah, indifferent to fire.
Okay, okay.
They can burrow through non-magical, unworked earth and stone. So, the best way to catch this might be to catch it unawares above, let's say, some sort of stone wall that people, like, mess with. Like, above the cobblestones, it would not be able to go through the cobblestones.
Okay. So, I pull out some pieces of paper and a pen and lay it out and start scribbling some stuff, explaining said information to the people who do not know and who are joining us,
Okay.
and possibly start
Wow.
sketching what little bit of the town that I do know and trying to set up a trap.
Alright, exactly what are you gonna do as a trap? How are you gonna catch this elemental?
I'm not like 100% sure. I was hoping maybe somebody could grab it.
Nier's like, we put it in a sack.
We could.
Sneak up behind it, throw a sack over it, fold it from the bottom and tie it shut.
Minato, give me a perception check. Actually, no, give me an investigation, because you're looking specifically for something.
You said investigation?
Yes.
15.
Okay. Based on what you know about the city, you gather that Earth Elementals will probably gather in, I don't know, not the very large or bright areas. They will prefer places similar to
Underground
their native plane, the
caves.
realm of Earth. So they're probably going to try and go underground. So you head towards, in your search, you head towards the rear of the valley where it meets the cliff sides, and you search around there in the deep shadowed, shaded areas, and you do happen to see a couple of little Earth Elementals kind of scampering or waddling around in various alleyways.
Is there cobblestone down the alleyways, or is it?
Yeah, they're cobblestone alleyways.
Okay. So, I would have
Unfortunately-
to say,
You cannot turn one elemental into another, but it's a good idea.
well, is my companions ready with the sack?
You're really just gonna put it in a sack.
Mir brandishes a sack.
Oh boy!
Anyone
All
else
right.
wants to
Just scoop it up.
to use it?
Alright.
I don't really think this is going to go as well for us as we think it will, but you know what? I'm gonna come along anyway.
Oh
I'm
boy.
scared.
Someone else wants to use the sack?
I'm going to want someone to go around the other side of the alleyway and just play defense, as it were.
Okay.
Someone sturdy.
I feel like that
And-
should be it. That
All right. So are you just
You
gonna
said
tackle
there's
a
how
lone
many?
elemental, or
You said how many are in the alleyway?
they're like around the area. You could probably find one that's alone.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
not social
we want-
creatures.
So then, I snap my fingers, and it finds itself in between two walls.
Okay. You're gonna have to explain to me what you did there.
Minor image, a 5-foot area. I can create an illusion of just about whatever I want, as long as it's static and contained to that little area, or I can make a noise. But I'm gonna have it where two walls just show up.
Minor illusion, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a save for, or a check a creature can make to?
Yes, there's a save.
Disbelieve.
Yeah.
I would have the walls assemble themselves as if by magic.
That's gonna be a little much for minor illusion.
Yeah.
Minor illusion is a
Okay.
really shitty illusion.
And I hate to burst the bubble here, but minor illusion only does like an illusion within a 5-foot cube.
Yeah,
Right. This
know.
is a very small elemental.
Okay.
it's not like I'm trying to trap a dragon.
Yet.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
So, and then this would be the time
Elemental
for us to go
busters.
in and snag it.
All right. First off, this little guy, he just stops. It's this kind of fat, mostly a spherical kind of thing, but it's got about 3 legs. It just kind of looks at both of these walls. And it looks like it believes that they're real, and it would believe that they're real because it rolled a 2. And it's not a very smart creature, but it tries to touch one, and of course its hand goes right through. So now it's just really confused. It's not smart enough to understand what's going on.
I mean,
This
who wouldn't be confused?
So who's trying to grab this little boy?
Well,
mean, I'm-
Nobody else was volunteering to hold the sack, so unless someone, who's actually stronger wants to try it, I think Mir ended up with it.
You know I'd be about it, but I can't do that. I just literally I can't pick up the sack.
So is it gonna be Mir? Mir doing the grabbing?
well, I'm sure Mir has about as much, if not more, strength than I do. So yeah, but I'll be backing
I mean,
backing
Tisco
her up
would
with
do
a
it.
rope.
A rope? What are you doing with this rope?
Well,
Gonna lasso it.
I'll either tie the top of the sack up, or I'll at least detain it long enough so that we can get, try and tangle it up or tie it up until we can get the sack over it, depending on how it works out.
Okay.
I'm backup for the sack.
Mira, go ahead and give me, let's say an athletics check to shove this little guy into a bag.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check to kidnap this elemental.
Do you want me to roll an assist?
If you would like to
That would be
assist, go
good.
for it, and that gives Skylark advantage. You do not actually do anything, Minato.
She's got advantage.
Yep.
Which doesn't help much. 14?
Let's see, I'm actually gonna roll a contested strength check. Oh dear, hold on, let's see here.
I'm not sure if oh dear means good or bad.
You
Really not good.
leap out of cover and you sweep your sack towards this little dude, and he sees you coming, and he just fucking books it. You do not capture him. Would you like to give
Darn it,
chase?
how?
Wait, what happened?
You
I don't
put you
suppose I could try
you shoved the sack at him, he shoved it
an
away.
acrobatics check or something to try and twist and throw the sack over him, or
You could
at
try.
least slow
You
him
could
down.
try.
Or I could do what, an acrobatics check to try and jump on the little guy.
He's
and
very
tie him
small.
up?
You could
Well,
try
I
to
got a
grapple him.
24 for the acrobatics.
Oh,
Do I manage
Jesus.
to at least slow him down?
Are you throwing the bag on top of him?
Pretty much. If I can keep a hold on the bag, sure. If not, I'll just...
Yeah, you
Swing it
rolled a
over
10. So
like a
you hurl this bag with devastating accuracy, and it just collapses on him, and then he's like, you know that test where you put your dog under a blanket and see if he can find its way out? He can't find his way out. He can't do it. He's under this bag and he doesn't know how to
Bundle
get
him
out.
up, quick!
Pick it up and tie it at the opening.
Okay. For funsies, give me a sleight of hand check.
A sleight of hand?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Can you aid with that in any way?
Nope.
Okay. 17.
All right. Good to know. All right, now you're just taking this little boy back.
Why do I get the feeling that sleight of hand check has to do with whether he makes it out of the bag prematurely?
Are you just making your way back now?
Yeah. Holding it in front of me.
She's rolling dice.
You're good. You're good.
I'm very concerned by this.
I'm wondering
You
what
make
the
it
sleight
We're
of
all
very
deeply
close to the
worried,
camp.
friend.
You make it very close to the camp before.
Gosh
Oh,
darn it.
also, wait, who's carrying the bag?
I am. Do I get
And
a
your
perception?
AC is.
I think it tries to kick you in the face on the way out. is
He
what
does.
she's
He does
rolling
punch
for.
you in the back, or punch you in wherever's closest. Which he does hit with. And
My stomach?
yeah,
Wait,
okay,
what
I'll
did-
punch you in
what
the
did-
stomach.
What did he roll?
Let's see here. Well, that would be a
Well-
non-natural 20.
It would be a sucker punch one way or the other, so it wouldn't matter.
Yep.
Do I get a perception check
Do you get a perception check? You can. Let me see.
for
Uh-oh, did we
knowing
lose
that
Jay
it's
to lose?
coming?
Yeah, we did lose JD. Just tell me what's going on. The elemental has so far now punched Minato. No. In the
Is
stomach.
it still in the
Well,
bag?
yes, he's in the bag at this moment. Oh, good. Your passive perception is
Okay.
only 12, so no, you did not realize that as he sucker punches you in the oh yikes in the stomach for this guy's strong as fuck. Holy shit. For 11 damage in the tum tum.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You're holding him against you as he punches you for 11 damage in the stomach. you lose your grip, and he busts out of the bag and starts running.
No!
Would I know?
Can I
Mir
help?
makes a dive to try and stop him.
Make a grapple check. That's a strength check.
So
Do
he
I just roll a
breaks
d20 and add my strength?
Mm-hmm.
Guys.
Nat 20.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Man, if they had not rolled that, he would have won because he got a 19. Yeah, you latch onto this little dude. Minato's like, oh god, and you just dive on him, and he is grappled.
Give me the sack.
That hurt.
Quick.
That hurt.
Anybody wanna?
Stuff him in the sack and I'll heal you.
So somebody shoving him back in this sack.
I'll shove him back in the sack.
All right,
I'm gonna put manacles on it.
manacles on the earth elemental.
Does anybody have the standard issue 10-foot pole? We could just sort of dangle it out at the end.
What are you gonna tie
I
him on?
do.
Like a pig,
I
like a
got
carrot
it.
on a stick.
I do have it on a 10-foot pole.
Oh my god.
Of course
oh my
you
god.
do.
Amazing.
Okay.
You know, in those old cartoons over there, the kid who's like running away from home and he ties his stuff in a sack and the other's like, it's like that.
So you grapple
Literally
this
not
elemental,
how.
you shove him back in the bag, and then you tie the bag shut and tie it onto the end of a giant stick.
Yes.
And Mir's gonna see what you can do to heal.
Okay.
Minato. 1 sec.
I'm almost tempted to throw iron spikes in the bag and then just jostle them around.
Now,
as
now,
I
that's
we're
slide.
not
just
trying
rude.
to injure it.
No, we don't
You
do
would
that.
be
we weren't
upset
gonna
if
hurt
you
her.
were chucked in a bag too. We're trying
I
to keep this
I said
peaceful, whether this little
tempted.
bugger wants it or not.
I said tempted. I didn't say I'd actually do it.
This is not what I had in mind for this session.
Okay. So we got him in the bag.
Yes, you have him in the bag.
Can I talk to the angry bag?
What languages do you speak?
I can speak Orin.
You wanna try and speak Orin to this little dude?
I feel like the elemental would usually speak Terran. Earth elemental would speak Terran.
Yes,
Should
but
be
they're
able to
actually
get
both
what ours does.
dialects of Primordial, so he can
She
try
is
to
amazing.
understand it.
Um,
What check would that be?
you can persuasion?
Mir, by
Okay.
the way, pokes Minato with 2 healing spells for 5 and then 8 hit points.
Alrighty, Minato, you're back up to full.
Meanwhile,
Much
persuasion.
appreciated.
Total of 20.
This guy's dumb as hell. He has no idea what you're fucking saying.
Dang it.
Nothing.
Is he as dumb as a bag of rocks?
Ah!
Yup.
Kill me. That was too good.
It was perfect.
Kids these days.
I live to make the DM sigh to that degree.
Azurel,
D&D,
thank you
know
for the
you've won
follow.
when the
Welcome
DM
to
is
the
face
Irie.
palming.
Glad to have you on board. Okay, hold on, what's your passive perception? Not great. Is it? No, not great. Okay, you do not succeed in talking to this little bag of rocks. Oh jeez. And you make it back to the camp, and you have to stop outside because obviously you can't take this little guy inside the dome unless he has a bracelet on, which it's going to be real rough to do if you want to try and do that. You could try to confine him outside the dome, though, if you wanted.
No, just
Stick
while
the
he's
pole
inside the
into
sack.
the ground.
Okay.
He's
Someone want to go get Lorelei and let her
Yeah,
know
run
we've
and
been
get Lorelei.
successful?
I'll run grab
We
her.
don't have much time, but I want to just, if she has anything to ask or like any readings to take, she's got the instruments. I want her to know this is an option.
Alrighty. So who's gonna run and grab Lorelei?
I'll get Lorelei.
Alrighty. Hey, by the way, Echo, Ozirel in the chat says, "Pick me up in your big, strong druid arms, Tiska." So I thought,
Yeah, I did-
you should know
I
that.
did see that.
I hope you all saw my elemental busters ditty there. I was
Oh,
very
yeah.
proud of it.
Everybody loves Tiska. Come on. All right. So you run and grab Lorelei, and she's in her tent working with a set of computer equipment, and she looks up and she goes, yes. What is it? Do you need something?
Yeah, mostly the others managed to catch one of the small elementals, and Zackrow wants you to come and take a look at it.
Oh my god, you really did that. Okay, give me just a moment. And she starts like frantically gathering up stuff. She gets like 6 different devices and she's like, all right, where are you? Where is it?
It's in the sack.
You gonna show her the way?
Is anybody
Yep,
gonna?
I lead the way.
Take
Get out.
me tonight to the river. Okay, sorry. Yeah, she follows you back to the elemental, and she looks a little confused to look out and see like a giant pole sticking out of the ground with a frantically writhing bag on the end. And she's like, it's not contained at all.
That was not my idea.
I bet it wasn't. Justin! And after a couple minutes, Justin and the other scientists managed to find like a dog cage that's large enough to put the elemental in. And they bring it out. And if you guys want, you can just finagle this little guy into a cage large enough to contain him.
Sounds fine.
Alright, you dump him out?
And quickly lock the door behind it.
Okay. Congratulations, you've caught an earth elemental.
It's Pokemon.
Would you like to name the captured Earth Elemental? Pokemon music plays in the background.
Let's call him Rocky.
No.
No, because then we would have to have the Rocky theme playing in the background, and that's different.
That's different.
I just think there's some sort of mashup between the two.
Yeah, oh god, no. Oh, yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
Sounds awful. Lorelei immediately starts to like set up a bunch of little instruments and scanners and stuff, and she's intensely watching this guy. And she's like, man, this is definitely worth our opportunity. Blah blah blah. She's like muttering to herself about how it's a good opportunity, even though she was doing something, but this is a much better use of her time for Arya now, because when is she gonna get another chance like this, and etc. etc. And this little earth elemental, you can see now, he's kind of spherical in shape. He does have 3 stumpy little legs and a couple of arms that stick off in what seems to be random directions, but there is a generalized sort of face structure. And from what you can tell, it's got these little beady glinty eyes that are just absolutely just furiously just staring at all of you.
And I'm just glaring back, furious.
I don't
wave
think
and
he
smile.
much liked being kidnapped. Mir just kind of like looks back at it and like
I did
tilts her
not
head
much
like,
like getting punched and cut.
Well, seems like
Mir
a fair
pats her
trade.
shoulder in sympathy.
Lorelei says, did it speak at all?
No.
Oh,
I
well,
tried.
all right. What do you mean?
I tried to say hello, but I didn't get anything back.
Huh, okay. And I'm actually gonna roll no. Lorelei looks at it and she says, I mean, I don't know Terran, so I don't know if I'd be able to communicate with this little guy. Or I don't even know if he speaks Terran. He doesn't I don't know. I just don't know. Huh. But because of that ambiguity, she's perfectly happy to take readings of it.
Yes, awesome.
Though he does have to
Guys, we
stay.
should give it a treat for being so good.
You're going to what now?
Give it a treat or something as compensation.
Minato, you happen to know that these creatures do not eat or drink.
Oh.
I mean, like, give it a rock
Okay.
then?
As
Then,
what?
Was it like
as,
pretty
as
flowers?
she would
I
go
could go
to
find it
give
a pretty
it
flower.
something, I would tell her that.
This thing just starts to basically just what it looks like a petulant child. It's just sulking.
Good.
You better get rid of this thing before it becomes a teenager.
Oh my god.
Teenagers, the worst monsters.
Really.
I'm imagining a teenage. Is it Tarask? Tarasque?
Tarask?
Just imagine. Tarask.
Fuck, any
A
Tarask
teenage
is a bad
Tarask.
Tarask.
Just the horror. Yes, but a teenage Tarask comes with, kill the whole party stats and a bad attitude.
Any attitude is a bad attitude.
They
when it comes to
always
Tarask.
have a bad attitude.
Yeah.
You're just saying
Anyway.
that because they have a different alignment.
Anyway.
You've not had to. You've not
Children.
had to deal with one.
No, you
Okay.
can
Yes,
tell by the
Laura.
fact I'm still alive. Anyway.
Well, you've caught this this elemental, and Lorelai gets a whole bunch of good readings, but then there's not much you can really do with this little guy. But consider yourselves accomplished.
Send him back home.
What you're-
Release him into the wild.
What are you gonna
Throw him
do?
into the
Go to the
void.
rift and chuck this thing through?
Kill him.
I was gonna say, huck him back into the rift. That's where he came from.
Good lord. There's no guarantee he'd come out on the plane of Earth.
Ooh,
No.
fair point.
Yeah, we're not chucking him back into the rift, guys.
Maybe we'll just find him a nice plot of clay to hang out in.
Here, how about I take care of him, and I go take him somewhere else?
Yeah, you can do that. You can go release him somewhere.
I don't know. He didn't specifically say release him. He just said take him somewhere else.
Yeah, I have a concern or 5 about that. So
Okay.
I'll chaperone.
yes, chaperone.
Do you want to collectively go release this little guy into the rest of the city somewhere?
No.
Yes.
I mean, that foils my original plan, but okay.
Which was to, take him back out and take him out?
I mean, it was take him around the corner and then, take him around the corner of death.
Wail on him, yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
He was
I'm
just
just
minding his own business when he got shoved into a sack by us crazy adventurer people.
Are you going to, you're gonna do this the same day, or
You're not gonna make him sleep with the fishes.
are you
Yeah,
gonna
that would
are you
be
gonna
the
sleep
point of
before
water.
making this decision?
I am not going to take part in it. I'm just going to go wander around looking at stuff in the laboratory bubble stuff
Yeah, I know, right? I love this creeper
Place.
shirt. It's technically not mine, but
thingy.
okay. You guys gonna release this guy same day or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Immediately, not a
Yeah.
moment too soon.
Okay. You let Lorelai look over him for a little bit, and yeah, he batters on the bars of the cage a little bit and tries to tug some of them away, but he just cannot do it. He just can't do anything. So after a little while, maybe half an hour or 45 minutes or so, it doesn't seem like you're gonna get much else from this little fella. And at that point, Lorelai is like, "All right, I do need to get back to Peeper's data because I'm almost finished with it, and that's really, really important. But I would like to thank you for this opportunity. I hope we haven't made a mortal enemy or anything. And thanks,
Yeah.
thank you."
Contract, if we do.
I'm picturing just a running joke that we wake up with rocks in our shoes because this earth elemental has started following us and pranking us in the night.
Can that please be a thing?
Amazing. I agree with enemy.
All right, so you're just gonna go and release him.
I'm gonna regret this when he turns full size.
I don't know if they grow.
Release.
I don't think.
I don't think they do. But anyway, you go ahead and release this little guy, and he immediately takes the opportunity to leave as fast as elementally possible.
Just
Okay.
waves goodbye.
He does not see. He is fucking running. His tiny little legs off. But the sentiment, it gets you, like, karma. So there's that.
Karma for everybody but Minat.
Rip. Okay, so... JD, go ahead and re-roll your new day dice, because it is a new day. Basically, about 3-ish days after you guys assist Peeper heading into the rift and out, Lorelai gathers you all. And I actually need to get my list of things that she's going to talk about. Because I have one here. Okay. So she gathers all of you. And she says, alright. So it's been a little while, and I managed to analyze and understand a lot of Peeper's data. And, so it turns out that a lot of our hypotheses about the rift were correct. It does appear to connect to most, if not all, planes of existence. Which is, you know, kind of a big deal. That's not really ordinary for most rifts or gates or portals at all ever. So that's interesting. And I did also notice that Peeper was in several different planes of existence, and while he was in there, he kept detecting alternative energy signals, sort of, that matched the signature of the rift, but were not the rift. Which, of course, and she looks like between excited and just like mind blown still. Which means, of course, that my secondary hypothesis about the rift is correct, and that means that there are sources of power within each plane of existence that are powering the rift. Which means, in turn, that if you were hypothetically to get your hands on that source of power, you could destroy it, and thus destroy the connection between the rift and that plane of existence.
Would that be
Oh,
a
why
good thing or a bad thing?
Well, here's the thing. The rift is a really interesting phenomenon. I have spent my whole life studying stuff like this, and it is a fascinating and beautiful thing, but it is in a place that endangers and harms a lot of people, so it would probably be for the best to take it out. Additionally, there's something we noticed while we have been monitoring the rift, and whenever something comes through, the rift lets out an energy surge, and occasionally there are power surges that occur when things don't come through, which we think means that things are trying to get through but haven't managed it yet. And I think it would probably be a good idea to shut down the rift before those things manage to get through.
Like whatever those wolves were running from, the wind or something.
That's entirely, that's a possibility.
Probably a good idea.
And destroying these energy sources what kind of effect would it have on the realms? Do we know?
It wouldn't really affect them. Gateways are just portals between two places. Shutting down a road shouldn't affect either end. In fact, it might actually make it safer for that plane of existence too, because nothing from our realm will head in. At least not
Are
from
you
that
sure
entryway.
about that?
I'm picturing some very confused pigeons just flying into one of the elemental planes.
Oh gosh.
Well, you
That
know,
would
that
be
and
That would be
people who
hilarious.
have disappeared into the rift over the last few years. People go
True.
in all the time. People try and get to the elemental plane of Earth, for example, because they think they can find a lot of really cheap riches there. And I know that, I don't know, a couple of adventurers went in last rift cycle. I think a couple of elves and a dwarf or something, and they wanted to hunt down as many mineral-based earth elementals as possible for the riches, but they never came back. So, you know, some things like that. We should probably avoid that.
Okay, well, what do we do?
Well, here's where you come in. When the rift cycles to a certain plane of existence through its opening, it's possible for my team and I to force it to stay open for a little bit on that plane of existence. What you could then do is you could go into another plane, find the source, bring it back, and destroy it on this plane of existence, thus shutting off the access to the other plane permanently.
So what I hear is we're going world hopping.
You could put it that way, yeah.
I'm game!
Yes.
Sounds
Yes.
risky.
Why not?
What?
It should make the town safer so I can find what I'm looking for.
Squad, let's do it.
JD,
How
you're a little
much
quiet.
time is a little longer?
as long as you need to get out. We can hold it from this end until you return. Ironside's crew member, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Irie. I'm glad to have you on board. Everybody in the chat say hey to our newest follower. So, world hopping. The new meta derivative or derived from island hopping. Well, yeah. Alright, so are you guys, you game for this?
Mir is ready for adventure.
Alright.
She might have to pack warm socks for any of the other elemental planes, though.
What was the question, Luke?
I said Minato is hesitant.
Oh?
Yes.
Why so?
Well, for one, you could end up on the plane of fire and, burn to death.
But I've heard it's lit there, fam.
There's also the fact of what if they don't find what they're looking for quickly and the portal ends up shutting down?
We'll make sure it doesn't. Also, from the readings Peeper got, the sources are within... Well, they're not too far from the rift on their respective planes, which I think is on purpose. I think the rift has to appear close to its source. On every plane but the material plane, of course.
And if the portal was to be need the power source, if said power source is a thing, what other things would be around it? We don't know what's going to be there.
No, you seem to think that the source, the rift source, is a power source that could be utilized by other things. It doesn't seem to be that. It seems to be more of a static thing that connects only to the rift. I doubt that anything not directly related to the rift would be able to use it for anything, really. For any other purpose, it should just appear as a static object with no properties.
An object like a rock or a sword or...
I don't know what they look like. To tell you the truth, I can't help you with that. But, yeah, something ordinary like that.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
And if we did this, the rift would stop opening, so the people of the city would just be able to live here and stay here, correct?
Yeah, that sounds about right. If you destroy every source it's connected to, the rift should just dissipate. You good?
Tiska's in.
Okay.
I am so in.
Alright.
We should help these people. They've been very courteous to us.
I mean,
Mir's
that
like-
doesn't really matter.
Mir's like, I will help these people protect their home. Also, adventure!
Minato?
I suppose if I'm not going alone, it'll be better.
Yeah, you've got 5 other people with you. Alrighty. So, in that case, Lorelei leads you to the rift and says basically, we are going to wait for it to cycle to what is most likely a habitable plane of existence. We'll check it out, and then you guys will go in and we'll hold it from this end. She gives you guys a little handheld, it's like a little metal box with a screen on it and a goofy, dorky looking antenna sticking out the top, and she says,
Mine!
this is something I derived from Peeper's scanners. It should track down the source that isn't the rift, and basically you just follow the signal and it should get stronger the closer and closer you are to the source, and when you find it, just grab it and then use this scanner to find your way back to the rift. It should be easy enough.
Okay. Question though.
Yeah?
How do I get from here to way up there?
Drift is in the air, is what he's asking, I think.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Do we
Yeah,
got a
Tisk-
ladder?
At this
Yeah.
point, Tiska's the only person who could really get there.
Yes. There is, what looks like somebody went to a carpentry shop and found a bunch of, like, ladders that they cobbled together into what looks like a sort of platform staircase thing that they can stick right next to the rift.
It's a mega
This
ladder.
looks like home.
Alrighty, so
Minato pokes at it.
at the platform ladder thing,
Yeah, see how sturdy it is.
I mean, it's pretty stable. Looks like they probably had a
I mean, it
carpenter
does have
make it.
to carry, 6 people, including a dwarf and, plate armor up there, one would hope.
It looks pretty look, they used a lot of duct tape. It's pretty stable.
Temp is amazed. Temp is
This
amazed at the
guy's still
stability,
lying.
especially when he
Tape.
compares it to
Climbing the
himself.
ladder.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Duct tape.
All right. Lorelei also produces a necklace, or 2 necklaces rather, one of which she is currently wearing, the other of which she hands to Tiska, and she says, "Okay, so I know basically the only one of you that has any method of propulsion aside from walking on solid ground is you, Tiska, and I'm going to give this to you, and this is it's a sending stone, and I'm going to ask, unless you don't want to, of course, that you would go through first and make sure that it's not a realm in which everyone else will just automatically die.
Oh, but that's half the fun, isn't it?
If there's no ground, you'll be able to immediately duck back through the rift to safety."
Alright,
Take a
I
rope.
can do that.
All
Take
right,
a rope.
she hands you the sending stone necklace.
Take a
And
rope.
What does the
steps
necklace
back.
do exactly?
Pardon?
What exactly does the necklace do?
It's a sending stone which just uses the sending spell. So it's basically like a walkie-talkie. Or like a cell phone.
Alright.
And she steps back. You gonna head on through?
Yeah, I fly up there and go on through.
Just before you do this, because I totally forgot, I realized I forgot to do this. The rift cycles, and it lets off this sort of gentle blast of force, and its entire surface goes blue.
Alright. I go through. What do I see?
I'm gonna go ahead and actually deafen everybody. Except you. If I
Nikki.
can do that. I don't know how to do that. Actually, everybody but Echo, please deafen yourself. Real quick. Or just disconnect. That's fine too. Alright, you go through, Echo, and you are blinded for a second. For a couple moments, it's just, you cannot see. It is just too bright here. And after a few seconds, your eyes sort of adjust, and everything is just it's the brightest, most brilliant blue you have ever experienced. And you look up, and you see sky, and you look to your left and your right and in front of you, and you see sky, and you look down, and there's just more sky. Everything is sky.
No ground anywhere in sight.
No ground. You are not currently flying, but you are just kind of floating there. You're fine. You're not falling or anything.
Huh. So does it seem like everybody else would be able to also float here?
To the best of your knowledge, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, I'm gonna tell them that through the sending stone.
Alrighty.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, well
Alright.
then.
Still waiting on Skylark. Alright. After a couple of seconds, you hear Tiska's voice emanate from the sending stone.
Hey guys, it's kind of weird. There's not exactly a ground, but at the same time, I don't have to fly. I'm just kind of floating.
Alright,
It seems pretty
let's
safe.
go.
though.
Yeah, let's go.
Can you like
I go
swing
through.
the sky?
It's Zackrow's gone, by the way. Zackrow just booked
I
it.
go.
I'm gonna jump up there too.
All right, Temp is through.
Mir kind of walks up to the portal, looks at it, goes.
Through with you.
She pauses a moment, like puts her hands together and says a little prayer. Then like pinches her beak like she's about to go dive in the water and like jumps in like she's cannonballing into the pool.
Oh. And lastly, Minato, Braum.
Let's go.
And Minato gets up to the rift, goes to put a hand through, stops, takes a deep breath, then mutters, "By the powers above," and then walks through with her eyes closed.
All right, everyone who walked through expecting to put foot on solid ground, you kind of tip forward a little bit, but you are now floating through the most blindingly blue expanse of sky you have ever seen in your life.
Is Mir just sort of drifting still in her cannonball position?
Absolutely, yes.
That's adorable.
She like cracks an eyeball and looks around and goes, "Oh."
And you guys are
Minato
kind of floating.
kinda
Uh,
wails.
yeah, everything is blue. Everything is sky. There's no ground, there's no anything else. It's just brilliance in every direction. Far, far, far off in the distance, you can occasionally see like a wisp of cloud. If the rift, which by the way, the rift is behind you, and it is
I was
still
gonna
there,
say, I
still
look
looks
back.
totally normal. It's this giant tear in the sky just right there, just kind of flapping gently. And if its two ends are pointing north and south, off to the east, in the far distance, you see what looks like a massive, just towering thunderstorm. The blue of the sky fades into these wisps of cloud, and then there's just this darkness that gathers underneath these gigantic clouds that are as big as the sky is. These things seem almost bigger. And you can see distant flashes of lightning, but it's so far off you can't hear the thunder. What would you like to do?
Mir just sort of gapes. Oh.
Minato is tight-lipped
I'll be right back.
and just
Tiska's
silent.
like looking around, pretty like this is cool, and tries to do a sick flip in the midair.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Mir makes a little like this surprised bird noise that she's heard somewhere.
That's adorable.
That would be 0.
Oh, Jesus. You don't know how to do acrobatics when you don't have ground to flip off of. So you kind of flail a little bit. And that's about
You
it.
wiggle around a bit until someone turns you upright.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Aw.
I'm doing something.
You try to do a backflip and you kind of end up doing the worm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, like, you know, just a
I try
desperate
and
flailing.
propel myself forward.
You cannot.
Backwards?
You cannot. Actually, all of you start to sort of drift away from each other. Mir with your, or not Mir, but Tiska with your flailing, you start to drift back towards the rift. You guys cannot
Mir starts
control where your
digging in her
movement is.
bag for some rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just but you can fly though.
Random question: Are tiefling tails prehensile?
No, I wouldn't
No.
say quite prehensile. More like a cat's tail.
Damn. All right, that's. All right, so I'm gonna immediately like try to grab for somebody.
Okay. Go ahead.
What?
Yo, I have the navigation box. What direction is the source?
It is to the, if the rift is pointing north and south, it is to the northwest. Sorry, northeast. The storm is to your west. My bad.
So, guys, I have an idea.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
we need to all hold hands.
Okay.
Is that okay? We need to all get in a clump, and then I want Tiska on the end to cast Thunderwave in the opposite direction of travel, and that should push us. Right? Because physics, it should push us the correct direction.
I'm gonna go ahead and step
Okay.
in here and just say, you do have wings, Tiska.
Alright, I'm just gonna try to, like, kind of flap swim.
Yeah, you
Through
fly
the air.
fine.
See if that.
Mir
So-
waves the rope around, like maybe we wanna grab onto something.
So do I move in the desired direction?
Absolutely, of course. You're flying normally.
Alright,
Mir like
so everybody.
tosses one end of the rope to you.
Alright, I'm gonna grab that end of the rope and just like bring it around to everybody and be like, hold on to a part of this rope,
rope us together.
and I will tell
Wrap
you.
my arm around it.
Okay. Everybody's grabbing on a rope. Alrighty. All of you, Tiska takes this rope from Mir, and you all kind of like, you know when people go fishing and they put all the fish on a string? That's you guys. Only
I was gonna
instead
say,
of holding
Mir
the
kind
string.
of like ties the knots every so often to like make little loops. She just like sits there for a bit, knotting this rope so that there's little loops for people to hold on to or stick their arm through. So we all end up, yes, like fish on a string.
Yep, exactly. Only
But it
instead of
works.
somebody holding it, Tiska is towing you guys, which takes almost no effort on your part, Tiska, because they're all effectively weightless.
Alright, that's pretty cool.
It's like when people raft a bunch of tubes going down river, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So she's towing you. I'm assuming Zackrow would be near the front since he has the nav box.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of about to ask.
Mir
Alrighty.
sticks somewhere toward the center since she's a healer and he can hopefully poke people if need be.
Okay.
Poke people with healing.
I'll stick near the healer. God, words.
Alright.
We'll just stick Brahm on the end so he,
Counterweight.
the weight just sort of brings up the tail.
Oh,
It would, but you're weightless.
Oh, there you go.
So Tiska, you follow Zackrow's direction and start heading directly to the northeast, around and past the rift. It is a fantastic landscape. It is, for all of you, it's one of the most beautiful places you have ever seen. Some of the sky is this brilliant blue. Occasionally you'll catch like a tint of a rainbow sheen through the clouds, because there are clouds that are above and below and all around you.
Ooh.
This is a incredible three-dimensional landscape, or skyscape really, the likes of which does not exist on the material plane. In the distance, kind of to you guys' right and down quite a far distance, you see what looks to be like if you took a castle and put it on a cloud. That's gently drifting through the atmosphere. It seems to just be moving on its own. Way down there. Off to your left and behind you, very close to the storm. You guys, let's see, who has the highest passive perception? Only Tiska, actually. Only Tiska is the one who glances way back to the storm and sees kind of looping over these cathedral towers of clouds. I'm echoing. Lurker.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Put your place for talking.
There we go. Nope, it's not fixed.
That better? Try saying something.
Okay, I'm gonna... No, I'm
Nope.
still echoing.
There we go.
Alright, should work now. Alright, there we go. Okay, Tiska, you glance
about
back towards the storm and you see, just doing these joyous circles over the clouds, you see a very tiny, distant form with this distant silvery form with these massive wings, just kind of enjoying itself.
Would I have any idea what this form is?
You can roll me a check to see.
What check?
Or yeah,
Arcana.
what kind of check?
You can tell other people too and have them roll it.
I'm going to roll a intelligence check as to where
Yeah,
exactly
I'm
we are.
telling them about this and pointing it out.
Oh, for that, Arcana.
Okay, that's awful.
I have an unnatural
That was a
20 to
7.
Arcana.
A 7 to discover what that thing is?
21.
A 21
Yeah.
to discover what the thing is?
Mia rolls a nat 1. She knows squat.
Oh.
And it's technically a 0 because she's got a -1 for Arcana.
Oh, Mir.
And I rolled a 9 to know where the heck we are.
Okay,
Mira's
so...
just too busy enjoying the fact that, look, I'm actually flying. I know I'm a bird person, but I don't get to do this.
Okay, so for the people who rolled to find out where you are, what did you get?
Find out where
7.
I am? 9.
Find out where we are? I don't know.
A 7 and a
I haven't
9
done that
total,
yet.
that's it?
No, I haven't. That was to figure out what the thing was.
Oh, what the thing was. It's a very obvious what that thing is. It's a very far off silver dragon just enjoying its day.
Nifty.
Hey guys, maybe we
I
can
like
move
Silver,
faster.
silver. That's a good one. Okay.
Well, do we really know that in character?
Oh, wait.
I think it would be pretty common
silver is the
knowledge
good
that
one.
metallics are generally pretty good and chromatics are generally pretty not.
Yeah,
I've
silvers
also...
are generally very honorable, very strict moral code, noble dragons who are
Okay.
good to other creatures. This thing would not attack you if it saw you. It does not see you.
So we just know this. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
That's common knowledge for dragons.
Alright, so what would we be rolling to figure out where we are?
That's Arcana as well. Zackrow, you definitely want to make this check.
Also,
Actually, Zackrow, you don't need to make this check. You know where you are.
oh, that's slightly better. I got a 18.
Where you are.
Yeah,
So where are we?
you're in the elemental plane of air.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You've seen a gate this
I'm
from
like-
afar, Zach.
Finally!
That's where you are. This expansive, endless sky. This forever fall with no direction. This gravityless breath of the world. This is the elemental plane of air, and
This is my literal dream.
yeah, and you have always wanted to go here. So yeah, you know that that's a silver dragon. If anybody wants to roll Arcana on the castle, you could probably do that if you want.
Okay.
Love that dice rolling noise.
15.
11.
12.
Okay. Zackrow, take another roll. You get advantage for knowing a lot about the plane of air.
Zackrow gets advantage for being a big nerd.
That's true. That's exactly what's happening here.
23.
You got a what now?
23.
Okay, that was most likely a Djinn castle. Or a Cloud Giant castle.
Wow.
The Cloud Giants moved to this plane and to a couple of others after their war with the dragons. And they can be found here. Yeah. We lost Skylark.
Yep.
We lost.
Interesting. Shall we just wait, or
Yeah, let's wait.
okie dokie? Anybody got any fun ideas about the plane of air? Any theories you got?
I'm just freaking out because I love this.
I'm like waiting for something to come by and try and eat us.
I'm on the lookout for anything that looks like it might be the source of the energy or whatever.
Okay. Alrighty.
Are there any clouds like near me?
Not particularly close. You do see in the far off distance there are a couple of what look to be floating islands almost. And Zackrow, you know that within the elemental plane of air there are pockets of other elements, such as earth, that intelligent creatures can bring in or that just happen to pop in through other planes. and people sometimes live on those little solid places, so it might be one of those.
Okay. So is there anything we can see in the direction of the signal?
Make a perception check.
That was not great. Let's see.
18.
18? Okay, yeah. In the distance, you actually see, up ahead of you guys, pretty far up, actually. It seems that the little directional thing is a little bit vague, but up and down might not be its strong suit. The signal tracker, that is. Pretty far up and ahead of you, you see, what looks to be a little cluster of those floating islands. And you think maybe, based on signal source, that might be where you're headed. Should we
Alright,
ping?
yeah.
Should
We're
we
going that way.
should we ping Skylark?
Yeah. Let
Yeah,
me do it.
probably.
All right. Go ahead and ping Skylark and ask where she went.
You know, I just thought of it now.
Hmm.
But how are we going to track where the portal is? Or the rift is?
Once you've captured the
I
source,
dropped a pin, no worries.
once you've dropped the source, you can use the signal tracker to track your way back to the rift.
Okay. So it does have a backward
Mm-hmm.
tracker. Got it.
Yeah, no worries. If anybody has the gust cantrip, that would probably work better than create or destroy water. Also works as
No,
vampire
but-
extinguisher, that's true.
Can I use my mage hand to push me along?
Yeah, this is a gravity-less area, and the mage hand is not subject to inertia, really, so yeah. You can try and assist with going places. Tiska's pretty much got you guys covered. Got it. Internet went out, rebooting router. Got it. Understood, Skylark.
Rip.
Rip in peace, friend.
I'm gonna be back in about 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, now is
Yeah,
actually a
do we
great
want to
time.
take a quick stand and stretch break?
Hell yeah, take a quick break.
Awesome.
Break time.
Yep, I'll play some music. Nope.
Oh, we're taking a
Welcome
quick,
back.
taking a quick break.
Yeah, it's break time right now.
Okay, what'd I miss?
We fly in. We think the thing is on some islands, probably.
You, your party found what looks to be where the source of the power is coming.
Is it shiny?
No, it's
No, it
very
looks like Punch
earthy.
Islands.
Okay.
Also, it was clarified that once you find the source of power, you'll be able to find your way back using the device.
Yay. As fun as this is, would not be the best place to live for the rest of eternity.
I could think of worse places.
I don't know. It sounds fun.
Yeah,
Also,
but food.
you can't exactly use the let's just draw on the walls with chalk
can actually
trick.
transport us.
That too.
Alrighty, hey Skylark. I'm gonna let this song finish. Oh man, it switched back to my overlay and now none of the chat's in there.
It's okay. Where we're going, we don't need chat.
I'm sure they are highly offended by that.
Oh, the chat's our friend.
Yeah, chat is our best buddy.
Also, yes, apparently the chat just shows up over the background, so I should get rid of the thing that says chat area and possibly scoot that box slightly to the left.
Yeah,
there it is.
yeah, a little bit. It doesn't have a background. The background's transparent to the chat. Alrighty. Okay.
There will be several things that have to be tweaked about the overlay. Slightly less eye-searing green, for starters.
Yeah, I use a
I
very
swear
specific
it-
dark green in all of my panels and stuff. Okay.
If you want to just send me a swatch of that, or if you can figure out the RGB values or something, because
Yeah, I can go ahead and send you a couple of the older overlays because I can't get the hex code for it in GIMP, which is ridiculous. But yeah.
I swear it does not look that neon in Illustrator on my end.
I bet it doesn't, but no worries.
But
about
yeah,
that.
I had that problem with the green I used on some business cards a while back, where it was fine on the screen, but then when I went to print it, it like practically glowed in the dark. That, and I might move the Twitter thing to the opposite side of the face cam because the little live icon is overlapping it.
So it is.
And
Okay.
this is why we test.
This is why we test. Alrighty. Great, I just ate chocolate, now I need more water. Okay, so everybody back?
As back as I'll ever be.
You want to do a quick sound check?
Sure, I'll do a call off. Genty,
Yep, I'm here.
Lurker,
I'm here, I guess.
JD, Luke,
Present.
Skylark.
Healer, here.
We are missing Echo.
Uh-oh. Echo, echo, echo.
Oh boy. Regained one, lost another. I'll ping her.
No.
Echo. Hello, Lexicon. Hi. Hello, Lexicon. Hello, Bees. Ah, good to have you both here. Welcome. We're playing some D&D. JD, I can hear you unwrapping stuff through Discord.
I'm typing.
No, like when you unwrap the candy, I can hear it.
It's just me typing, I promise.
As long as it's not more Altoids.
As long as it's not Maltoids, yeah, I guess that's
ran
fine.
out. I ran out. I'm suffering.
Anything major you missed? Think of air they're bound together by rope. Well, the bird friend is not actually the one leading them. It's the winged tiefling. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Echo will be back in a moment. It's a service connection issue.
No worries.
Yeah, Kenku cannot fly. It is their dream to recover the ability to fly. However.
Hey y'all. I'm back.
Hey, there's
We missed
Echo.
you.
Okay.
Yay!
Alright.
We missed you, but our aim is getting better.
No, it isn't.
It's really not.
Maybe
Playing
yours.
Overwatch, what the hell do you think we're doing? Aiming? Get the fuck out. Okay.
We've
Alright, we
got
all ready?
darkness levels of aim.
Skylark, what you missed is that there is a cluster of floating islands ahead of you and up a bit that is, seems like it might be your destination.
Okie dokie.
So, you guys heading towards those?
Yeah, let's go.
I guess.
Like a good plan as any.
Let's
I'm going on
Guys,
I'm
guys.
do you
kind
wanna
of being
try and
towed
stealth
along,
offline?
so it doesn't matter.
Pardon me, JD? What was that?
Do you want to try and stealth while flying?
I can tell you right now that's probably not gonna work.
But we can try.
There's nothing for us to hide in.
Yeah, there's nothing to hide in. And you can't move against your environment.
Oh, well,
And the only
Okay.
person who can move
Great.
against your environment has a -2 dex.
I can.
You can't move against your environment. Oh wait, yeah, you
But-
can
but-
sort of push yourself a little bit with Mage Hand. That's not going to be enough to let you stealth.
no worries, no worries.
But there
I'm
there
picturing
isn't.
someone like pulling out a balloon, blowing up there, and then just like using that to fly, but it completely destroys the element of stealth because it's going the entire time.
Absolutely. Also
That's
uncontrollable.
hilarious.
Just doing a marvelous impression of a deflating balloon.
Yes.
Somebody got that quote reference. Okay. So you guys can head towards these islands without any ill effects or anything, without any problems. As you near the islands, the little nav box the signal does increase, so you are getting closer. And as you get close to these islands, everybody go ahead and make me a perception check.
That wasn't bad.
15.
Okay.
22.
Oh,
22. What up?
nice. Nice.
What's up is that
Also
22?
Do you
The
all have
cleric better have
22s?
good wisdom.
Which
Damn.
stat is this based on for bonus?
This
I love
perception
that
is
3
wisdom.
of us got the exact same roll.
I got a 15.
Okay, you guys near these islands, and you see that largest one closest to you appears to have like a big old sort of like a landing zone, honestly. It's a big flat area, and there are some rotted pieces of wood sticking out of the side of it, and it almost looks like this was once a dock for an airship, which Zackrow you can easily tell, and most of the others of you...
Yeah, I would totally recognize that.
Yeah, it looks like an ancient airport dock.
But it's in disrepair now.
It's in disrepair. It is old. It does not look like anyone has cared about it for the last, like, at least 25 years.
Are there any tracks?
Well, you're not on the island yet. Hold on, I'm not finished. As you get closer and closer, you see that there are some bridges connecting different islands. No, your passive perception is 10 plus your perception bonus. So I know when to use that. Let's see. Anything else? You do notice there are some trees growing on these islands. These islands are actually pretty decently sized. There's big chunks of rock that just kind of float in the air. And as you get very close to them, what has been a previously unsullied sky and a very calm flight gets quite rough indeed. And around these islands, it seems that the air currents are very strong, and Tiska, you are buffeted left and right, and it is all you can do to bring your party to a safe landing on the island. And actually, who touches down on the island first?
Me. I want to get on land.
The second you touch down on ground, gravity seems to assert itself, and gravity is now down for you.
I hug the ground.
Oh.
All right. Everybody else?
I'm just gonna, sit down and
Yep,
not
we're
be
down.
stupid.
Okay.
Mir kind of goes like, oh, like pats the ground for like, okay.
The mechanic here is that when you are touching a ground that is oriented in a certain direction, gravity faces in that direction for you. Otherwise, the world has no apparent gravitational orientation. It is, I
Mir
believe the
tries
term
like standing
is-
on one foot, trying different, like hopping a little, seeing how much she has to be in contact with the ground for this to work.
It is, yeah. If you are in contact with the ground, gravity is there. You can do a jump and fall back down. But if you do you leap off something and into the air, the subjective directional gravity, which is the term for it, will probably reassert itself as to your whims. Someone who has been on the plane of air for quite some time could probably alter their own orientation to gravity in order to move through the air with no propulsion. But you guys do not live here and cannot do that.
That's
So-
pretty awesome, though.
It is very, very cool. So you guys are on this big island. There is what looks like a derelict airship port, a very small one, maybe only large enough to hold like one ship or so. There is that. There's a couple of like ruined buildings, and there are these little skyway bridges leading to the left and to the right. But when looking at them, you can tell that to the left they lead up through. Let's see, where's my map? Oh shit, my map. Oh shit, hold on just a second. I believe there are 3 islands that the left path takes up towards like a higher island that looks a lot larger. And on the right there are 5 islands that lead towards this tall island, this large one, and the large one is the one your nav box reacts most strongly to when you point it in that direction.
Okay, so I want to go into the old airship port and try to find an ancient vending machine.
This was a very ramshackle port. There are no vending machines here. I'm sorry.
Oh man. All
Are
right.
there any Mir looks for a gift shop.
This is
They're like,
Oh.
I say it was
gift
an
shop.
airship port, but it's like the kind of dock you tie a canoe to.
oh,
It's
No
large enough for an
tchotchkes.
airship, but it's like small and shitty.
I was gonna
Okay.
say I look for the TSA.
There is no TSA here. There are no people actually.
We're the worst group ever, guys. I look for
Looks
tracks.
Looks at you all
You look for tracks.
confused.
There doesn't appear to be any tracks of anything here. There's only a
I'm
couple.
sorry, I missed.
old,
What was Minato looking for?
The
TSA.
TSA.
Gotcha.
No, there doesn't appear to be anything here.
The Transdimensional Safety Authority.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's literally it. Transplaner.
Transplanar Safety Authority. I hope you guys know that you might have to deal with that in the future. Thank you for that idea.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no!
Where's my
The
pencil?
worst.
Quick, open it.
Giving the DM ideas.
There it is.
Quick, chug the healing potions.
I thought of something, but then I'm like, I should possibly not say it out loud, lest I give the DM more ideas.
Yeah, let's just go towards that center tower area. Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing that the thing is pointing to.
There's 2 paths. On the left there are the 3 islands. And they look pretty safe. There's some old buildings on one of them. There's some big trees. On the right there are 5 islands, and over the largest, or 5? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. Over the 4th one there appears to be a very small localized storm, and over the 3rd one there's a shit ton of fog. And if anybody would like to examine the 5th island, you can give me a perception check.
Yes.
Where's the thing?
Oh.
There's
13.
The thing.
12.
9.
I see nothing.
And it was too sad. Mira was so sad that she couldn't find a gift shop. She got a 12.
You guys see some storm and some fog, but not much else. It seems that on the right side there are more islands with a couple of weather hazards, and on the left side the islands are larger, and they look to be pretty safe. If you will direct your attention towards the stream, I'm actually going to hold up a really quick map.
No.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
Oops, shit. I actually have to erase some things that you guys don't know about it.
Oh,
Find the map. Find the map. Find the map.
Okay.
I can't pull up the stream, so I'm coming to you for my visual aid.
Fair enough.
Tell me when I can look.
There you go. You were on that
Wow.
large one marked landing zone.
They're all.
I don't see anywhere named landing zone.
It's the large irregular shaped one in the lower left corner.
Oh, I see it. The one with the little,
Yep.
like, thing down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know what, guys? I don't like the look of these.
Zackrow does not like the look of the storms.
Yeah, I didn't know if you heard me there, but I did not like them. They look magical and dangerous.
Well, you look magical and dangerous.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is so unrelated, but I just saw my lizard yawn.
Oh my god. Seriously? Shit, he never
Yes.
yawns.
I love.
That's awesome. Okay. So, do you choose the left path or the right path?
Left.
I vote left.
You go left? Okay.
Which way is the thingy pointing?
It's pointing directly ahead of you, which is towards the final island. But if you
I
tried
have no
to...
idea which path to switch because the stream keeps freezing for me.
Oh, sorry about that. You may call me Teo. Hello,
Whichever
Teo.
one
welcome.
looks less sketchy then, so I guess that's the left.
Alright, so you guys are headed left?
Okay, do we want to stealth? Because I have Pass Without a Trace prepared, which would add 10 to...
Oh, dang. I would save it till we get to a particularly dangerous island.
Alright, that's fair.
It is a really good spell, though. Really smart.
Do as you please.
I am aware of how nifty Pass Without a Trace is.
It is a very nifty spell.
Very handy.
Love
Okay,
it.
that's an interesting stream glitch.
Alright, so we're going, but we're not stealthing yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. So you guys head
Alright.
towards the left. You take off the first island. You walk through a. It's these trees are small and stunted, but they are trees and they are growing there. And you pass a couple of like broken down walls, and it looks like there was probably a couple of buildings here once upon a time. And you gather, Zackrow, from what you know about the plane of air. If anybody else would like to roll me a history check. Actually, Zackrow, roll me a history as well.
Wait, who's rolling history checks?
Anybody.
Oh well, I'll try, but
I can't.
I'm probably going to be convinced that this is all a lie and we're surrounded by lizard people.
19.
Oh, I lied.
Okay.
History, correct? That's gonna make it a 15 because of a -2 modifier.
Oh, yikes. Okay, well, anybody who got 15 and above, it's fine. This is a pretty simple hazard. You know that people, now that you know that this is the plane of air and that people can live here, people sometimes, like, airships will get caught in vortices that appear in large, in, like, massive storms. And if they get caught in a vortice, they might actually end up, transported to the plane of air, and a group of people on a ship who is transported here might not be able to get back, and they might just have to live here, and that may be what happened here. So, you guys head
The
to
question
the first...
is, where are they now?
I don't know. The first island is, it's a pretty generic little island. It's pretty small, but you do notice that there's like the one dominant building on this island looks to be a large barn. And Tiska, because you were raised on a farm, you recognize like this entire island has like a couple of fences around it because things might fall off if it's not fenced. And you notice like there's the remnants of what used to be most likely a chicken coop, and a couple other like small farm buildings. And you get the idea that any ship that came through that happened to have animals, they probably lived on this island while these people lived here.
Cool. So this is the settlement island, basically.
So it seems to be a farming island at the very least.
This is cute. Cool.
Anybody want to do anything?
I mean, can I, like, check around the little buildings, see if there's anything interesting?
Sure, if you want. Go ahead and roll me investigation.
I'm looking for supplies, any food, anything
That was
that
9.
might have suggested where they went, and I rolled a 20 for investigation, so 23 total.
Okay. Apart from this large barn, Minato, you find, like, the collapsed in very shallow cellar of a building that people probably lived in. You find, let's see, a couple of, like, old pieces of silverware, maybe? Some smashed bits of ceramic, some scraps of burlap that are buried in the dirt but haven't decomposed yet. And Skylark is gone. We lost her again. Yeah, I definitely caught up in nostalgia echo. Tiska is remembering her home. Yeah, there's not much here. It seems that, but from what you found, it seems that this was definitely a little farm, and whoever lived here didn't have a whole lot of like normal stuff, like say china cups. Like you find like one china scrap, and that's it. It's not part of a full set or anything. And
is the silverware actually silver?
Yeah, it is.
Are you looting?
Okay, I take it.
But of course.
Because
course.
That's what rogues do.
You never know. It could make for some good black ammo out of a cannon.
Sure.
So, I missed exactly what was happening because of the internet troubles.
Oh, Minato just looted the house. You're on a little island which was once a farm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you find here. Would you like to continue on to the next island?
Yeah.
Okay. If you do plan on using that stealth, let me know when.
Yeah, everybody tell me when they want to start stealthing.
Okay.
I try looking at that island again, if that's allowed.
Which island?
The one with the big storm on it.
The Storm Island? Oh, okay, you can roll me a perception check.
That would be a 13, so probably not.
It's a storm, and you see maybe poking through some of the wisps of cloud, you see like a couple little buildings maybe. Other than that, you don't see much. It's still quite a distance away. You crossed onto the second island?
Nifty, what's here?
This one has quite a bit more trees on it, and You guys head up through, there's a main path through the center of the island. And, let's see, Tiska and Mir, you guys have the highest passive perception. You guys notice at one point that there's a smaller path leading to the left of the main one, through the trees, and it disappears out towards the edge of the island.
Alright, can we, like, perception to see kind of, like, what kind of path is it, I guess?
It's just, like, the path you're on now is sort of like a hard-packed dirt path. You can see that it once had, like, maybe gravel, though not much gravel, because it's not much gravel to come by on the unleft plane of air. But it's sort of being overgrown very slowly.
You know, Minato, if you want a business opportunity, just connect, you know, get a portal and start selling gravel to the elemental plane of air.
This might be a good place. Well, it might be a good place if you could find a buyer.
You're a little quiet, Luke.
Ah, my apologies. Let me get closer.
Okay. You guys want to investigate this little path?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. You head on down this little path. Are you bringing the rest of the party with you, or...?
Whoever wants to come.
I am going to scout ahead a bit and use a little bit of stealth since it's a smaller path for a 25
For stealth on the little path?
on the little path, yes.
Okay. You head ahead of everybody. This path winds its way through the forests and ends over a little like an outcropping, sort of. And you see there are very faint sort of handholds in the rock leading down a little bit, and there's a little bitty landing, and on that little landing there is driven into the rock there a big metal stake, and then tied to that it's a big metal stake with a ring on the end of it, and tied to the ring is a rope that leads pretty far out into the air, and then at the end of that rope you can see off in distantly there is a little bitty chunk of rock.
They've got
Can
a little pet island.
Can I pull it up?
Would you like to attempt to climb down to the landing?
Yes.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
That is in athletics or
Mhm.
acrobatics?
Athletics.
Okay. That is a 15.
That's good enough. The back of the miniature. Jesus Christ, JD, no. No, you climb on down to this little landing, and were you trying to pull this thing in?
Yes.
Okay, it's weightless, so it doesn't take any skill or anything. You go ahead and heave on this rope, and you pull it towards you, and it is a little tiny version of a floating island. It's just a little floating chunk of rock with a little bit of grass, but inside of it, it appears to be hollow, and inside of it, resting safely nestled in a hollow in the rocks, there is a small pile of coins and a conch shell.
Nice.
Okay.
Can I investigate that and see if it's magic?
Did you go with them down the small path?
Yeah, I just
I
didn't say
did.
it, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
Sorry, Minato,
With
go
the-
on.
And I just, like, flew down there.
You just flew down there. Okay.
Nier will wait for 2 minutes, and if he doesn't come back, she'll kind of try to sneak along as well.
Okay.
With a 22 for stealth.
Damn, nice.
She's a sneaky bird.
I put the coins in a pocket, and I look, and the conch in another pocket, and I scale back up.
Okay. Alright, Tiska, you gonna question the conch or anything?
I want to examine it.
You wanna examine the conch? Okay.
Great.
Once I'm back on solid ground.
Mir kind of peers around the area looking for anything else. And
Mir, there doesn't
Oh,
appear to be
roll for that.
much else. You can give me a perception check, though. Zach, I'm gonna need you to roll an Arcana on that conch.
Only a
Arcana,
12.
okay.
I'm
Sure,
going to
or
roll
investigation,
as
whatever
well.
you think is better.
They are the same. 16.
I got a 16 as well for Arcana.
Noise.
The two of you both detect some sort of conjuration magic on this conch shell. You also notice that it's got a tiny little hole near the one end, which implies that it can be blown like a horn.
I was just about to blow it.
I was gonna say,
Um,
a conjuration effect, does that mean you blow it and it conjures something? My worry is it's something that will want those coins as an offering. And will
What
be
coin?
pissed off
that's
if
a
it
good
doesn't
thought.
By the way,
and,
Luke,
and might, be pissed off if they aren't there.
I'm
Yeah.
going to need you to consistently give me a total of how much gold you have.
Well,
jeez.
how much was in that bag?
Maybe like 23 gold or something. It's not a lot.
Okay, well then I have a grand total with that bag at the moment of 236 gold.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
You hoarder.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys gonna... Does anybody have Identify? You could use that on the conch.
Why, I think I might. Just a moment.
If you
I
choose
know
to
I
blow
do
that right
not.
now. Is that it's a ritual spell, isn't it?
It is, and I have it.
Nice, you could probably just ritual cast that and not blow the spell slot.
Boom! Done.
Alright, you take 10 minutes to sit there with this conch shell. And you gather that it's a really great idea that you didn't bother wasting a, a spell slot on this, because this item, may as well have had a note attached to it that says this thing is fucking useless, because it is an item which comes to your mind as the conch of seagull calling.
Oh no.
And you gather that when you blow this conch shell, it will summon one seagull that is uncontrolled by
I love
anyone,
it.
I think this could be quite useful.
and will
He's a
probably
friend.
leave after a few minutes.
I want it.
Mir's like, I want to try this one.
That is great.
I think this is.
Here's the gold. I'm keeping the conch.
If nothing else, Mir just wants to more alarmed seagull noises for her repertoire.
Wait, Luke, are you giving up the gold you found to somebody else?
Yes, I'm keeping the conch.
Who are you giving the gold to?
Split it up however they want.
Okay.
Give it to Lorelei.
Sounds like a
Fund
good idea.
her. It's fun to research.
Who's holding it for now, anyways?
I'll hold on to it then if we're gonna give it to Lorelei.
Okay.
I have it marked.
We'll just start a sack of the Lorelei's research fund.
Alright.
Oh my
I feel
god.
like we just show up at the end of this with like a sack full of gold and just Lorelei's research fund written in like untidy scrawl on the side of the bag. Just hand it to
Absolutely.
Lorelei. Just look
Alrighty.
at us like, I. Also, yes, Mateus. The seagull noise that Mir learns is mine, mine,
Oh,
mine.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
I will make the seagull noises if a seagull shows up.
Mine.
Okay, are you guys gonna continue towards the third island? And if so, are you going to keep stealthing or not?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta be sneaky.
Yeah, for sure.
Open now?
Should we roll stealth
Whoa.
or?
Yes, please roll stealth if you are going to stealth.
Alright.
Okay.
I will
got
cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Alrighty.
Sweet.
So whatever you roll, add 10.
Whatever I
26.
roll, add 10.
Yeah.
Holy shite, guys.
For stealth, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 30.
Nice.
36.
Wow. Alright.
I get 26 with the added 10.
So I don't think either of us are ever getting seen.
No, you're not.
Not
Your
know it's a
party
god.
track
I had
you.
17 with the added 10.
Yeah, no,
see how
no.
it is.
You guys are one with the wind today. You head through towards the third island, and as you are walking, let's see. Tiska and Mir, both of you, since you guys have the highest passive perception, you stride through a part of the village that doesn't look like as destroyed as the rest, and it's clear that people once probably lived in this place. There's like a heap of rubble off to the left, and in front of you there's a couple of mostly collapsed buildings and a weird looking basin thing that you think may have been used to collect rain. To your you got a 7 with pass without a trace? That's not even possible. How the fuck did you do that?
Maybe the
17.
dex mod is negative.
Thanks God, 17. Okay. No, okay, so yeah, you guys, this is a group success. You critical failed? Jesus, JD.
Zackrow sneezes really loud.
That was me.
Thankfully, anybody listening thinks it's just the wind.
Yeah,
Gesundheit.
Because group success.
absolutely. To your right there are some fields of flowers. They look very lovely. Shenty, make sure you don't have disadvantage due to heavy armor. I don't think you do, but you might. You actually see.
I have chainmail.
Yeah, you're fine then. You actually see a couple of what look to be still functioning apiaries, which is adorable. And you just see the bees going about their business, just kind of buzzing around. And then I would like you guys to all roll perception checks for me.
That was fucking awful. Even with my high perception, that was 8.
10.
10.
Yeah, 10. Pretty good.
Perception, you said?
That's a nat
Yep.
20.
You got a natural 20?
Yep.
Wow.
Mir rolled a fucking 2.
Again, wasting the nat 20s.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know if
rolled a
I'd call that a
3.
waste.
So it's a total of 10.
I don't know if that would call it a waste, Temp, because you are the only person who, when you
What
were
do my
looking...
elf eyes see?
Well, they see, crouched on top of the building to the left, these just truly massive birds. And, well,
I'm gonna
okay,
point them out to everybody else.
You think they're birds? They don't really look right. For one thing, they seem to have more wings than normal. Also, you don't actually realize if they have any legs or not.
What intelligence am I using to check?
And,
Like bird.
they're fucking huge.
No like bird.
They have big long tails. Their beaks are just they're just huge. There's 2 of them. One of which hilariously got a natural 20 so on its stealth, so if you had not natural 20'd, you would not have seen that. Yeah, but
Now
you
that
see
they've
these,
been pointed out, can I check them? See what
Absolutely.
they are?
you may.
Yeah. What check am I using?
Yeah, that would be Arcana.
Okay, I have
24.
a 14.
Okay.
You know squat.
That's definitely good
17.
enough to know everything about these. Anybody who got over a 20.
Yup.
Actually, Tiska, you look at these birds and you are like, yeah, I know what these are. These are arrowhawks. They're these big 4-winged birds native to the elemental plane of air. Yeah. They do shoot lightning out of their tails.
Huh.
Anyone
Lovely.
who got above a 20 knows that these birds are intelligent. They are intelligent creatures. They do count as beasts, but they do also speak Orin. And if they are badly hurt, or their electricity weapons don't appear to be working against people, they will flee from many battles. But they are very large and fairly tough to fight.
Are they generally friendly?
They don't generally chat with outsiders a lot. They're not that talkative, but that depends on how you treat them.
Do they accept gifts? Like, do they like food, maybe?
You would have to ask them. These are intelligent
Okay.
creatures.
Oh.
So Mir can speak
That's
Oron, but she's got an abysmal charisma, so somebody else.
Tiska
I
could
can speak
cast Speak with Animals.
Yes,
Speak
she
with
could.
Animals is not concentration, so would it break the would it break Pass Without a Trace?
No.
Alright, so then I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I wanna
And I'm gonna help you out because I speak Orin.
Alrighty, both of you are now able to talk to these two Arrowhawks. What would you like to
So let's
say?
walk down and see him.
Mir will follow. She's not gonna say anything because her charisma is awful, but she can at least listen.
Okay.
I will say hello and greetings. How are you?
Both of the Arrowhawks immediately look over and just they fix their brilliant blue eyes on you, and the one closer to you sort of like hobbles its way over to the edge of the roof. And you see now that it's walking on all four wings because it does not have any legs. And it kind of arches its neck and it says, "Come no closer."
We come in peace.
we apologize if we have disturbed you.
Are you still approaching?
No.
No, I stopped as soon as they said come no closer.
Okay.
Can I bow?
Yes.
Yeah, I also bow.
Mir sort of pops her head and bows as well.
The Arrowhawks glance at each other and then back to you. And they say, well, the one closer to you says, "Why are you here?"
Oh gosh, well,
We
We're
seek the Holy Grail
looking
now.
for something.
We're trying to protect our home plane.
There's holes in the sky.
Yes.
A rift has opened and we're trying to close it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, one has. How? What are you doing? Why are you here?
There is something that exists in this plane that has opened a hole between this plane and our own, and we are here to retrieve and destroy it so as to close the hole.
This. And it looks down for a minute because it's trying to figure out words. And then it says, "This island. Why are you here on this island? This one."
Is this speaking? What language is this speaking? Would I be able to understand?
Orin.
It's currently speaking Orin, but Tiska's able to understand
no.
it because it's speaking. Yeah.
Darn.
is it real?
Speak.
We are on this island because it is on the path to where we believe that the object that has opened the hole exists.
Are there others? I'm aware that that 5e combined the elemental languages. I just don't give a shit.
Wow, I see how it is.
Mhm.
No, you're good.
Yeah. No, I dealt with this earlier. No, I just don't care. I treat all the elemental languages differently. Sorry, what was the thing you said, Tiska?
I said that we're on this island because it is on the path to the island where we believe the object that opened the hole lies.
Are there others? Here. Are there others?
Other what?
Other outsiders?
Yes.
Yes.
Just our little group. There's 3 and a few more back there.
Where?
I
Do you mean
kind of point them out.
Do you mean harm?
No.
No, of course not.
These
I
birds
do.
look
No.
very wary. And Tiska, you were the only one who realizes why, because you spot out of the corner of your eye a flicker of movement inside the house, and you can see what looks to be this big bundle of like dead tree sticks, and it's got some feathers in it.
Oh,
And
yes.
inside of it, you see these in the dimness. You see these 3 white orbs and 2 faintly flailing 4-winged figures that are about the size of your head.
Baby bird.
Mir like kind of clamps onto Zackrow's arm, like, filter.
you never want to disturb a bird's nest, especially if that bird can eat you in one bite.
And can zap lightning out of its butt. But, you know.
Yes.
That too. Like,
Alright, so
Mira's not normally one for talking, but since bird friend, she's like, we are very sorry to disturb your nest. I know the nest is important, right? I've watched my kinsmen take care of theirs. We promise we mean no harm to your family. Just passing through.
The
We-
Urhawks
we
look at
can't-
you, and this actually relaxes them a bit. And you see the one behind the first one, who is a bit smaller than the first one, lowers its tail somewhat. Like it was looking like it might, like it was like going into like a defensive position, and it relaxes quite a bit.
Bird friend.
And they
Does
s-
pretty
they
well.
actually say, well, the one in front says, "You will prevent harm from others. To us, to those like us. Is that your intention?"
yes.
Has
All
someone
right.
tried to harm your nest?
The Airhawks kind of look at each other, and they both, in unison, look up towards the island that your destination is.
But of course.
What was
Oh, so there's baddies there? Well, birds, we gonna take them out, so we're with you.
They look at you kind of strangely, and the one who seems to be the spokesperson says, "With us?"
We're on your side. We wish you no harm, and the things that would harm you, we
They kind of look at each other and confer for a moment in these sort of gentle, quiet, sort of beak clacking and little bird muttering. And I am not certain how to arrange this properly, but what I'm saying here is that if you wanted, you might be able to try and persuade one of them to come with you.
Protect your nest.
That's why one of them, not both.
Is one alone enough to protect the nest, though?
These are very large birds.
Okay. But
They
they
got
have to be
lots
very
of
perceptive.
Also, the babies can also shoot lightning.
Oh man. Okay.
yeah, they'll be okay, I think.
They've got
especially
lots
if we're
of zappy
confront-
zaps.
The
If we're
babies can-
confronting their main antagonist over there, the nest should be fine with one person in
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
But make sure there's a way for the other bird to call for help if something makes its way over there.
Hey, this is all dependent
Yeah.
on whether or not you want them to come with you, and you will have to make a check to try and convince them.
We're gonna
Alright,
need all
well,
the help we can
hopefully-
get. Who's the
Yeah.
most charismatic one of our Orin speakers?
Not me.
That would be Tiska.
I think that's me.
Mhm.
I don't
Okay.
actually speak Orin, but I can speak with the birds because they-
Okay, so you wanna
Mir-
do this?
oh.
You wanna ask them very gently for help? DM, may I assist?
You may.
Mir will
Okay.
sort of non-verbally assist. She'll like pull out of her pack like a couple like carved twigs and like a couple feathers and kind of leave them as for your nest offering. And then she's just gonna shut her
Aw,
yaff because she's got
that's
a
really
minus 2
cute.
charisma.
Aw. Yeah, you have
Okay.
advantage on this, Tiska.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna basically ask them that if they can help us in any way to defeat these foes that they have. And that
Go
would
ahead
be
and- go
To
ahead and
done.
do
protect
it.
their nest and their realm.
Oh god, that was awful. Wait, let's see.
You roll 2 d20s, remember,
Oh right, I do.
because you have advantage.
Well, that's good because the first roll was a natural 5.
Yikes.
Oh, that's much better. That's a natural 18, which plus my persuasion. So that's a not natural 20.
Yes.
Alright, let's see here. Oh, that just meets the DC, actually.
Nice.
So you see the larger arrowhawk looks over to the one that you gather is her mate, and she kind of like does a little bit more of like quiet beak clattering, chatting, and then she hobbles a little further towards the edge of the roof. And at this point, like, her wings are like clamped onto the edge of it. She's leaning over to talk to you guys. This bird is fucking big. It's scary. And she says, "I will come with you." And Lug, Pass Without a Trace only functions within, I believe, 30 feet of the caster. So if you leave that radius, you lose the magic. The large arrowhawk backs up and takes flight and just shoots upwards and starts circling overhead at you guys. The second one...
Mir runs for the other group. She's like, let me just tell everyone else. She runs over to let them know, like, hey, do not be alarmed if there's a giant lightning bird taking off. It's our friend. She's our friend.
The second arrowhawk jumps down and gathers up those, the feathers and whatnot that Mir left, and picks them up, scoops them up in his beak, and shuffles into the building and tucks them into the nest, and you hear like the little baby birds making little baby bird noises, and then he kind of settles down near them and curls around the nest. Alright, and that was an encounter you guys didn't have to fight. Check that shit out. Each of those bad boys had a chance.
I mean, I didn't get to punch anything.
Lurker, I'm sure there are plenty of things to punch yet.
Fair.
We will help the birds.
Okay. So are you continuing onwards?
Yeah.
Hi.
Alright, you head past towards the third island, and you can see the figure of the one arrowhawk above now. And she is just circling, waiting. She's kind of keeping an eye on the on the destination island. And well, I don't need to use that one. Okay.
So how many more islands are between us and Destination Island
Just
now?
one. Just one.
Alright, and how does it look?
This third island, very bleak. There's a couple of what looks like maybe fruit trees, or once upon a time, and some junipers, and that's really about it. It's a very simple, hard-packed path up to the third bridge to the final island.
Alright.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, should we roll stealth again?
If you want to, go for it. You
I
did
feel
not break
like that would be a
concentration,
good
so Pass
idea.
Without a Trace is still active.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're making another stealth roll, but we still get plus 10.
Okay.
Am I making another stealth roll, and I'm drawing my weapon too?
Oh.
Okay, no, you can keep your
21.
same roll, Luke.
Oh, that's much better.
20.
That's 18.
Nice, nice.
Nice, Shenty.
Damn. Alright, another, yeah, this is definitely a success. Damn. Total 20, yeah, wow, nice. Everybody was very, very stealthy. You guys, you make your way through the third island. You are unnoticed by anything that may have been there or may not have been there.
Wink, wink.
And you make your way up the third bridge and the final island. There are definitely the most buildings here, and another one of those like shitty airport dock things. And you see that most of the island is centered around what looks to be this big sort of circular temple. And it looks that part of the island has actually collapsed and fallen away, because there's only half of that temple left. And right in the middle of it, the split almost goes straight through the middle, to the point where there's this big tree growing in the center of this temple as you near it, and because the nav box is pointing you towards this temple, and the tree's roots actually like climb down the side of the island because it fell off in that area. It is a very large tree. It's got pink flower petals. It's very pretty. And I would like everyone to roll me perception, please.
19.
Okay.
Ooh, that is the nat 20, so 24.
Shit.
You got it.
18.
That is a 4. So I'm not seeing nothing.
You stop to tie your
There's a
shoelace.
tree.
I stopped to tie my shoelace and notice I'm not actually wearing shoes.
Guys, I
My
got
shoes don't have
4.
laces.
As far as Brahm and Temp are concerned, there's a tree there.
Synthor, thank you for the follow.
Maybe.
Welcome to the Eyrie. I'm glad to
Zackrow
have
felt
you on
fascinated
board.
by
I
the
just
tree.
punched my microphone. Sorry about that.
It's a tree.
You are very impressed by
Maybe
this
it's
tree.
catnip.
But fortunately, the things in this area are not very stealthy. Oh, I didn't roll. That's good enough. After a couple of seconds walking towards this, the Arrowhawk above, like, just does a dive down towards you guys. Just like a straight dive down, and just before she, impacts the ground, she flares her wings out and lands, and it's very dramatic and pretty, because she's very good at it. Yeah, she does a great job. And she kind of stops you, and she says, "Ahead."
What's ahead?
They are small. They are winds. They are small winds. They are
Uh-oh.
embodiments of this place.
A, air elementals. B, the wolves were talking about running from the wind. They're like a giant air elemental waiting for us at the end of this.
You guys are so focused on this wind thing.
No comment, I assume.
I speak Orin, right? I should know what words she's saying.
Yeah, she's literally talking about embodiments of the plane.
Oh, okay.
That is what it's translating to.
Okay, so air elementals.
They are dangerous. They will seek to throw you off the island. You have no wings. You will not fly. Only drift. What is this voice? Oh my god. But yeah, that's effectively what she says.
Alright, so I shared this tidbit of information with everybody who can't talk bird. And basically say, so like, try to stay towards the center of the island, because I don't want to be going to retrieve you.
What else do we know about air elementals?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Yup.
Also, Tiska, the Arrowhawk, who has a name but no one has asked, hears you say that and says, "If you fall, I will fetch you."
Thank you. We forgot to ask your name. Thank you.
Ari?
Ari? Thank you, Ari.
Ari.
It's spelled A-R-E-E exclamation point.
Ari.
Ari? So there's that. What'd you get? You got a 22? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Air elementals. I'll just pick up the book and read it to you.
Oh, jeez.
Did get a 22.
They're a very, very, very fast flying creature. They have resistance to lightning and thunder damage. They are immune to poison. They are resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. They can't be exhausted or like restrained or grappled or anything because they are made of air. They do speak Orin, and they can be in other people's places. They can like be within spaces of other creatures they can fly around to because they're made of air. And they have an ability where they will basically just turn themselves into a very small tornado and throw you as far as they can.
Can you run me through the weaknesses and resistances again?
There's no weaknesses, first off. So jot that down.
Oh.
Resistance is lightning, thunder, and non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Wonderful.
So,
Well, darn.
not
So just
fire.
as well we didn't try to catch one of these before. Yes. Fire.
So there goes like my strongest attack.
Oh,
Hey, no worries.
There goes all of my attacks.
The bird is telling you all this, right?
No. This is what JD knows. This is what Zackrow knows.
Okay. We don't know this. Everyone else in the party, unless she shares.
I'm gonna tell them. I'm just gonna kind of gather everyone up. Like, we need a quick game plan. If it comes down to fighting some air elementals, and I don't want it to, you guys need to know this.
Temp, do your unarmed attacks count as magical?
No.
That might happen later then.
Okay, well, I've got some fire and... So nothing in there about radiant damage, right?
Nope.
Okie dokie, then I have... Mir has a couple things that will whack it if need be. So
Okay.
hopefully we can try talking to it.
Alright, guys.
Oh, Mir asks the birds, are
I
these
have a
what
few
have been
tricks up my
attacking your...
sleeve.
Or Mir asks Ari, are these what have been attacking your nest?
It is not an attack, but they are intruding. They are... And she makes, like, a bunch of noises because she's having trouble wording it. These things piss her off a lot.
Disruptive.
Yes. Yes! That works. Yes.
Okay,
They-
so approach with caution.
They should not be here. They have other places to live. They do not need this space. But they took it. Nonetheless.
Well, maybe we can convince... They don't seem openly hostile, but they might not be amiable. So let's
It would
approach
seem
with caution.
that these things have taken up residence in the area, and arrowhawks, as you guys know, are fairly territorial. And
Gotcha.
especially when they have a nest of young. And
Point.
yeah. So it's not good, and these things could definitely kill the baby arrowhawks or smash the eggs.
So Mir, being bird person, is like, we should regard these guys carefully.
Okay.
Carefully. Anything that's close to a nest, bad idea. Bad things. Must be careful with nests.
Alrighty.
It's not quite as territorial as the hawks, but between her deity being of home and bird things, it's not important to protect them.
Of course. Alrighty. So you
So our
guys.
game plan.
Yeah, game plan.
Let's go in there, figure out what's going on. Try to talk these guys away. If that doesn't work, drive them away.
Do we want all of us to go in there? Do we want anybody to try and stealth around?
Does anyone want to try and flank? I don't really think splitting the parts.
I'll try and flank.
I can flank. Stealth
Okay.
is more of my
Yeah, we
specialty
can get our
anyway.
sneaky boys around.
I was gonna say,
Two or more together to flank.
Buddy system.
Besides, I have tricks up my sleeve.
And I have fists up my sleeve.
Alright,
Okay.
So Mir
So-
and
Mir says, well, I'll, keep an eye out. I'm not gonna talk to these guys because they're not bird friends, and I have terrible charisma. But I will kind of keep an eye. And if you hear her whistle like a tea kettle, that means something has gone wrong. Move in to attack.
So you're flanking too?
No, she's sticking with the main party, but she's gonna signal the people who are flanking because they can't understand Orin. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
negotiations go south.
Okay.
That makes
Try and
sense.
give them warning if she can.
Are we gonna need to roll a new stealth for this, or?
No, just keep your old one. You're pretty. Well, no, yeah, no. Roll a new one because you were talking to a giant bird.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna be seen by anything.
What'd you roll, buddy?
Nat 20.
God fucking damn it.
Noise.
Well, I can't say that I have quite as good of a roll, but I have a pretty good one. 18 plus, what is it, 7?
oh yeah, you guys aren't gonna
Yeah.
have the pass without a trace because you're going.
You're
off
gonna be
to
leaving
the
the
side.
radius, so.
So,
Sneaky boys.
25.
Damn. Alrighty. The two of you, like, you just high five and vanish. You just fucking like blur out.
I love it.
Poof, you're gone. Are you sneaking in towards the temple? Where Ari has told you that the elementals are?
Nope.
Yeah, probably.
Alrighty.
I'll lead the main party.
Alright. Are you going in at the same time, or?
me and our fighter, and then everyone else in line. Well, not in line, kind of form up
I'd say-
behind us. I'd like us to go in together.
Or give
I'd
them
say
like
the,
a minute
the
or two
sneaky
head
boys,
start.
yeah,
and
give
then-
us a head start.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I am coining the term the sneaky boys for
Go for
us
it.
two.
I mean, Minato's a girl,
Even
but
though
sure.
I'm a female.
It's BOI. It's
Gotcha.
ungendered
Got it. Understood.
or non-gendered. There we go. Words are hard.
Unisex.
Boy with an I is a non-gendered term, yeah.
Well,
You're actually missing one thing from here. That's our
There
term.
you
The
go.
sneaky boy is
boys
TM.
TM. Okay, so what are you, the sneaky boys, doing?
We're just gonna sneak around.
Okay. So you going around...
There was a temple, right? Is it a walled temple?
Here.
Is it kind of
reserve
open
check.
air?
It's a shitty drawing. It's my combat map, but here you go. This is what you got. You got a tree in the middle, and you got, like, a pathway leading up to
Okay,
it.
so there's no behind this temple.
No. Behind there is a
drop
giant
off.
fucking drop into Oblivion.
All right. And are we coming from the top or from the bottom for this map?
You're coming from the path here.
Path here being.
I'm gonna have.
The
There's a-
video's on delay.
Okay, yeah, the
There's-
video's on delay, so.
Gotcha.
Okay,
There's
so
the path.
close to the bottom.
Okay.
I think
see it.
Temp in particular is gonna go hide at the bottom of this outside thing. I'd assume this is some sort of like seating arrangement or
Yeah.
something.
They're like terraces here,
Yeah.
and then these are big old walls. You're sorry.
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
video
gonna
delay.
hide behind the wall, the seats there or
Okay.
whatever.
I'm gonna go up in the tree and scout for any look out for any enemies.
Okay, hold on just a second. Bad news, buddy. You get seen.
Oh no.
With the 25.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
do. Because this fella rolled a natural
Uh-oh.
20 on his perception.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So does he see me hiding behind the thing?
No, he does not.
Two.
But,
Okay.
you do lose your surprise round. Sorry. Minato, you dart over to the tree. It's very sneaky. It's very cool. But as you climb the tree, you realize you literally, like, walked right next to an elemental, and it just turned around and looks at you. And it's this little elemental. It's not the size, not the small size of the elemental, the lesser one from before. But it's
Okay.
not as big as a normal elemental. And you're like,
It's
oh
his
shit,
Babby.
elemental.
Sneaky boys have been spotted by the peaky boys.
I whispered to it in abyssal, hello, and shh, putting my finger up to my mouth as I climb the tree.
It doesn't understand you, and instead emits a sound similar to, like, an air raid siren.
Uh-oh.
Ray of Frost.
You're casting what?
Ray of Frost.
Can you even fucking do
Who's Ray and why
Yeah.
is he being involved in this?
Like, is that...
Arcane trickster?
I know,
I'm-
but
I'm
can you
gonna take a
physically
wild
take
guess.
that spell?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you can. Yeah.
Within the...
It's a wizard
Jesus.
spell.
Yeah, that's
Fuck.
on the wizard cantrip list. I'm pretty sure.
Shit, okay, go
I
ahead and
have
roll
it.
me an attack, pal.
If you don't make an Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze pun, I'm going to be incredibly disappointed.
What am I using as my attack?
Is how does Ray of Frost work? Is it you roll an attack, or is it you do
Roll
I roll a
attack,
save?
modify with your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Can you do that while you're climbing a tree?
Well, I apparently hadn't quite climbed the tree.
He was working on it.
I thought
What is spellcasting ability?
That's
Yours?
proficiency with
It's
intelligence
your-
modifier.
Yeah, because it's a wizard spell, so it'll be your intelligence modifier.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
Which would be 5. So that makes it for 12 to hit?
Does not hit. You fire off a ray of frost, and this thing ports around the beam of light, and continues to emit a really loud noise. And at this point, I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative.
oh boy. Let's get into combat.
That is a goddamn
Natural
4.
one.
Unnatural 20.
No.
That is a 22.
Hey,
Do we have
crit
anybody
failed.
higher than 22? Or are we just putting the numbers in the Discord?
Hold on. Give me just a second to...
Is there a bonus to initiative rolls?
Yeah, it's your dex
It's your
bonus.
dex.
Dex bonus?
Yeah,
So
there's-
hold on.
There's an initiative spot on your character sheet. It's your dex bonus unless you have any extra modifiers like feats or any racial bonuses or anything like that.
I have a literal -1 initiative.
Oh, these guys rolled
Nice.
shit.
I got an 8.
Yay! I get to go first.
Okay.
I've got good old volatile reaction playing in my on my stream right now. Fucking love the D&D music,
Nice.
lads. Okay, hold on. Okay, so 25 to 20? Anyone?
What?
Yeah, I've got 20.
20?
I have 22.
Okay, so
We got I think a 22 and a 20.
Yeah.
20.
And of course, it's the sneaky boys, TM.
Hell yeah. 15 and 20?
Yeah, I got a 17.
Okay. From 10 to 15?
14.
Anyone else? Okay. 5 to 10?
-1.
I got an 8.
Oh, I didn't roll for a read.
Roll for the bird friend.
Yeah.
Verb.
Let's see what she got. She rolled a 12.
Nice.
And then 0 to 5.
-1.
Okay. And then let's see, these guys got a shoot. Was it? Oh, fuck, what's that bonuses? Just a second. Can't remember what I got. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I remember what it was, yeah. Just so you know, Temp is going first, top of initiative.
Alright, are we ready for that then? Or.
Give me just a second, I'm having a lot
Okay.
of struggle doing math in my brain.
Yup.
Mir, what is your dex bonus?
I think +4? Yes, +4.
Shit, what's your strength bonus?
2?
Fuck! Fuck it,
Are
you'll,
these
you'll go
actually
first.
matched to me?
Yes!
Oh shit.
Wait, what?
The lesser also rolled an 8, and it has the same dex bonus as you do, and the same strength bonus. Fuck. Alright, and then the big boy over here.
We could always roll off for it. We could roll a die the higher number.
Zackrow, what's your dex bonus?
It is.
Never mind, this thing's pressed.
+3.
Yeah, this seems faster. Okay. Alrighty. Yes, first up, Temp, what would you like to do?
I am actually going to, we don't know if these guys are entirely hostile yet.
Well, one of them is screaming like an air raid siren and facing...
Okay, so yeah, probably. For now, I'm just gonna... I'm gonna ready an action where if one of them attacks someone in my line of sight, I'm gonna chuck a dart at it.
Okay.
And that's gonna be it for me.
Alrighty.
You do
Next
realize
up,
that every
Minato?
elementals are invisible, right?
What?
Nothing.
I cast Ray of
What did-
Frost again.
No, Echo, what'd you say?
I was telling Lurker, you do realize air elementals are invisible, right?
Technically, yes, but... Oh, Areen got
So
a
like
12.
heat wave.
Yeah, you can
You
can
kinda
see
see
them.
where
They're
it
like
is.
wisps of cloud and stuff.
Kind of distort the air.
So,
Yeah, next is Minato. You cast Ray of Frost again? Okay.
yep, for 22 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, sorry.
And where is it? Ray of Frost is a... That's 6 cold damage, and its speed's reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay. Let's see. So that's down to... Okay. Alright, is that all you do?
And then I use my what is it? Rogue ability to disengage, and then hightail it away from the thing.
In what direction?
Closer towards Temp.
Okay. Are you gonna use your full movement for that?
I'm going to use 25.
Okay. And next up is Braum.
Okay, how far away is the closest one of these things?
It is at the base of the tree. If you were standing at the entryway, let's see, that's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, about 50-ish feet away.
I can't cover that in one round, right?
You could if you used your action to dash, but then you wouldn't be able to attack.
I'll just head towards it,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna get there this round.
How close will you get?
Let me see, what's my speed?
Generally, it's 30.
Alright. Just so you know... Oh, no. Never mind. I'm not saying anything to anybody.
Okay.
I was gonna say who's on deck next, but I actually can't.
Well, can you tell me who's on first?
What's on second?
Yeah,
Who's
who's
on
on
second?
first?
I don't know who's on third.
I'm sorry, I
sorry
don't know
for
the bit well
anyone who
enough to
doesn't-
complete.
I'm sorry for anyone who doesn't know that Abbott and Costello routine. You're all sad.
I don't know it well enough to complete it, but I know it.
Kids these days.
I'm you.
That's the picture.
Alright,
Tomorrow.
Lurker, I haven't seen that for like 3 years. Don't even.
Yeah, come on. Where am I supposed to encounter that in my daily life? Get out of here. Okay, so... Braum, is that all you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just moving. I'm trying to figure out exactly in the book. what my
Okay, it's
stat-
probably 30 feet unless you're wearing heavy armor, which will probably reduce it by 5 feet.
Okay.
See, I think chainmail counts as light armor.
Yeah, it's not super heavy. Okay, so you head
It's just
towards
a
it.
bit tingly.
Alright, next up,
Also, quick question.
Yep.
How's it looking after that little bit
fine.
of chill?
It looks fine.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Next up, from the cliffside near the tree, you guys hear this sort of noise, and up rises, like, let's see, how big is this thing? It's a large thing. You may even call it large-sized tornado. That just rises up in response to the little one's air raid siren. and it starts sweeping forwards towards the first thing it can see, which is Brom. So, Brom...
So picture a tornado about the size of, a couple good-sized horses.
Yep. It's this,
Direction.
I don't remember how big large. I think it might be 10 by 10. Maybe 2 squares.
I know in Pathfinder horses were considered size large, so
I don't remember how many
maybe
squares
a large draft horse.
size creature takes up. I think it's 4 squares. Anyway, Brom, you see this tornado just rush at you like a fucking freight train. And it is going to make. Let's see. What's this die? This die's fun. I like it. Oh dear. That's Is it 25? Does that hit?
Oh.
Does a 25. Oh, yeah.
Alright. For its first attack, it will deal... Oof. It'll deal 13 damage for its first attack.
Ooh.
Oh.
And
For
then,
its first attack. Oh boy.
And then its second attack is an 18. Does that hit?
Does it need to go?
Does it meet
What
or
happens if
exceed?
it equals?
Player pushes.
If it meets your AC, it hits.
Is it? Oh no, wait, you don't have the ally arm.
Oh, you don't play
Yeah.
player pushes? That if it meets it, the player deflects it still?
No.
Oh, okay.
So that hits?
Yeah.
That does 7 more bludgeoning damage to you.
Ouchie.
And in addition, it is in your space right now. So there's that. That's just in fun information.
It's all up in your personal space.
It is all up in your grill, buddy.
So, did I see that?
Most likely, which means you get to use your action. If you
Oh
can make
boy,
it, let's
here we
see.
go!
Can you make it 9 spaces?
For the range on the dart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna chuck a dart at it and probably move up a little bit.
Alrighty, go for it. You only hold your action, not your movement.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna...
Throw that dart.
Chuck a dart. That's gonna be a 14.
Let's see. That does not hit. No.
That's unfortunate.
You throw it and it gets just lost in the wind.
Alrighty.
Okay. Next up is Zackrow. And Bert's Bad, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Eyrie. I am glad to have you on board. Yes, this creeper shirt is freaking rad. I love it. My creeper shirt that I'm wearing. It's got a creeper face on it from Minecraft. Zackrow, what are you doing? Quit talking to me and do your damn turn.
Yo, okay, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. Which does what?
It makes my AC 16, that's really it.
Okay. Anything else?
I can't use any of my stuff. Dead. Okay.
Also, I want to kind of move back a little bit.
You are already way out of. You're not even in the temple right now. But yeah, yeah, you can move further back.
The group. Middle of the group, and I want to. I guess it's not really a check, but I want to yell out in Aura. We don't have to fight.
Go ahead and roll me
Please listen.
persuasion. With disadvantage.
Because we did kind of Hawkeyes at these things.
5.
It does not seem to react to your words in the slightest.
Suave, kitty cat, you.
Actually,
That's okay.
Wink me not to.
actually, yes, it does.
What'd it do?
What?
Bad way.
The big one just stops and turns and stares at you and waits.
Oh boy. Here we go.
What just happened?
Nice roll, big boy. Nice roll.
So well.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, next up is Ari, who, upon seeing that one of these creatures is not currently engulfing one of her allies, is going to go ahead and scroll back up in my document. She dives down again, but this time she does like a sweep underneath the tree, and she just bites at the little one. And that is going to be... Let's see.
So much for diplomacy.
The little one did not listen. The big one did. That does not hit, unfortunately. Neither does that. God damn it, Ari. Ari does not hit with either of her snaps. She just snaps at this thing, and it's made of air. She just can't get her beak on it.
So what you're saying is she's the party mascot.
Oh. Listen, lurker.
Yikes. Called the fuck out. Alright, next up is... Mir.
So... Damn it, the internet died again. I'm running the voice off cell data. So, how close am I to everything else? And, like, Braum is toward the front end on the same end I'm at, as well as Tiska and Zackrow, and then Temp and Minato kind of around the side. The little elementals.
I'm gonna say that most of you were standing kind of like close-ish to the mouth of the temple. The only ones currently within the temple, like inner grounds circle, though that's Minato and Braum, and then Temp is over way to the south side of the temple, chucking darts, and the rest of you are kind of chilling out by the entrance.
Do we think we can diplomancy these, or?
Diplomat.
I think, like, murderize, that's another word I've picked up from my other D&D group. Diplomancy or murderize? So, approaches.
It's all up to you.
Mir is gonna do... Let's see, is...
If I could speak Aran, I'd diplomancy.
Braum within 60 feet.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Healing Word. Or
Okay.
unless... Yeah, because I don't want to get too close to the giant. So I'll use that.
Okay.
So he gets... Nice ranged healing spell. Let's roll...
It's 1d4 plus your
Healing.
modifier.
And I rolled a 4, so that's... He gets 8 points.
Hey,
And I'm
there you
gonna
go,
hold
buddy.
my standard action if something tries to attack one of my friends again. Chuck guiding bolt at it. How I will hold that action.
Okay,
No,
so
wait,
you're holding
see
your
if we
action
can
for the
calm it
trigger of
down.
something attacking. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, next up is the Lesser Elemental. Which is pissed off because it got hit. So it's going to go fly directly over to Minato. And zoop into her space. I'm pushing. I'm drawing this on the
The
on the
Zoop
combat
of
map as I go.
Doom.
No zoop for you.
Quick question,
And-
am I
Wait, no,
within
that's
5 feet of...
No, you are not.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, and instead of making any attacks, it is going to kind of pause for a second and then spin up, and I'm going to need you, Minato, to make a strength saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. 14.
That actually makes it.
Yes.
So you take 4 bludgeoning damage. But you
4
avoid
bludgeoning.
getting tossed in a random direction. So good on you for that. Congratulations. The elemental, that is its turn, but however, that was a trigger, because that was an attack, so Mir, you are now allowed to throw your guiding bolt.
Okay, I think I make roll for that ranged spell attack against the target. Roll that d20. The dice come. Oh, that's 4. Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
not
guess
gonna hit.
10 does not hit. Plus that's...
Nope. That does not hit. You extend your
Our
hand, you
bolt
shoot this
goes
beam
wide.
of light, and it just arcs off into the distance, and someday it might hit something. But today is not that day. Next up is Tiska.
I could see some other random party, adventuring party about to die at the hands of some creature, and all of a sudden, a random ray of light hits it, and it falls down dead.
My brain's
Divine
getting jump into
intervention.
that Mass Effect thing.
Tiska.
Oh, it's the toughest goddamn
Alright.
Oh yeah, the
Guys,
Hey, no Mass Effect talk.
Sorry.
alright, so, if I had to take a guess at the numerical quantification of, Ari's, ability to defend herself, what would it be? I'm asking for her armor class.
It would be significantly better than almost anyone's here.
Alright, so that's not gonna do a lot of good. Let's see. What's Temp's armor class again? 2?
17.
Alright, so the one useful thing I thought I could do is not useful. No, that's not what I wanted to open. I'm gonna use Produce Flame then, and hurl a little fireball at the little one.
Alright. Go ahead. Is that an attack roll or a throw from me?
I think it's an attack roll.
Alright. Go ahead and make that attack roll. Oh no, not Old Man Henderson. Get out of here. So
Nat
that is
20.
The murder hobo.
Yes.
Well, Dan, go ahead and double those damage dice. Lurker might be a murder hobo, yeah. It's entirely possible.
So that's a 16 fire damage.
On which one?
The small one.
Okay. Let me mark that down. Yep, alright. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's about all I can do, because elementals can fly, so flying wouldn't really do me a lot of good.
Yep. Plus the wind is very strong here. Also, okay, so that brings it up to the top in initiative. Temp! What would you like to do?
I'm no longer at the top.
No, you held your action, not your turn.
Oh, okay. Fine then. How far away is the closest one, would you say?
It is now only about 25 feet from you, currently
Okay.
engulfing Minato.
Oh, that's gonna cause problems for when I try to punch it, isn't it?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, then I'm just gonna run up to it and start punching it.
Go for it. Make some attack rolls, boy.
Alright, first one's gonna be short sword.
To the
because
movies, and
a
that
little bit of
sounds
extra
good.
damage never hurt anybody.
Okay, dokie. Wait, what?
No.
Oh, that's a crit fail.
You give Minato an unflattering haircut.
Yeah, high or low, buddy? High or low?
High.
Do I get a react?
What's your weapon damage?
1d6 plus 5.
Go ahead and roll that.
Oh no.
It's only 7, thankfully, so we're in the lower half.
Okay, Minato, you take 7 damage.
Oh no.
Sorry.
As the elemental's whirling
Can
form...
I shield that?
No. You see Temp strike at the elemental, and its wind redirects his blow, and it just slashes you. And he's like, shit!
Oh, dang.
Anything else, pal?
Yeah, I'm gonna make my unarmed attack.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 15.
Oh, little guy... That hits. Yep, go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. And that's gonna be 9 damage.
Okay. This thing, you see that, like, this little critter, it was like a little whirlwind, and now it's just losing vapor. It can't bleed because it doesn't have blood, but if it could, then it would be bleeding. Next up, Minato.
Oh, random thing, but Braum actually should have 3 more hit points because I forgot I get the domain power.
Oh, gotcha.
For extra healing, so.
Yeah, Braum, go ahead and add those.
Braum, 3 more hit points to you.
Well, there goes most of my health. I disengage and take about, I'll go the full distance back next to Temp. Well, no, he's right next to me now, isn't he?
He is.
So I'll just go 15 feet back and I will do another Ray of Frost.
Alrighty.
For a, well, I've hit it for 24.
Yep, that hits. Go and roll damage.
7.
Okay.
What I rolled.
Alright. That your turn?
That is my turn.
Okie dokie. Next up is Braum.
Okay, I'm still hurting. I think I'm gonna be wise and run away from this tornado of death.
Okay. If you do that without disengaging, you will take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, let's take a swing at it for fun.
Okay. You can use your action either to attack or to disengage.
Okay. Let's attack once.
All right. Go ahead and roll an attack.
I rolled a 7.
That is not going to do it. You're swinging this hammer, but you're just hitting. There's nothing. It's just air. You're just flailing around. Anything else?
No, I think that's good.
Okay. In that case, it is now the elemental's turn, and it is going to do pretty much the same thing its little buddy did, but better. So go ahead and give me, Braum, a strength saving throw as it spins up into a whirlwind.
I roll a 16.
That'll do it. Yep, no worries. Wow. That's... go ahead and take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Sorry, not 4. 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And that appears to be its turn. So next up is Ari. nobody is engulfed in the small one right now, so Ari is actually going to come around and try to shoot it with her electricity ray. And that thing's gonna make a save. It's gonna make it save. Fuck. Ari is just not getting a chance to show off. Let's see.
It's okay. I can show off for Uri. So that thing will. She does no damage to it or anything. She fails. And noticing that happened, she's gonna use her second attack to make a bite attack against it. Does that hit? That barely hits. Okay, she does hit this time. Finally. She finally manages to fucking hit this thing. With meeting its AC of 14. Yep. And how much fucking damage is that? Nice. And she does... Oh shit! She does 12 damage to it. And what you guys see is... Ari fires a bolt of electricity, which hits to the ground just to the side of this little elemental, and then she takes a couple flaps. She does a little bit of a swoop inwards. She dips her big ol' head down. Her beak closes. Oh, when she goes away, there's nothing left. Ari has killed one of the smaller elementals. Next is Mir.
Seems in the Discord. I've been trying to get. So who is currently wounded? Brahm and...
I'm good.
Brahm and Minato, I think.
I had a power that would heal multiple people, but it says this feature can restore a creature to no more than half of its hit point maximum, so unless they're far below half, it's not terribly useful. It's more a last-ditch effort. Okay, who looks the most beat up, like...
It's probably gonna be either Brahm or Minato. I don't think anyone else has taken damage.
Brahm's closer, right?
Yes.
How far down is Brahm in terms of hit points?
What do you got, pal?
I am down 15 right now.
215?
No, minus 15. So
Oh, gotcha.
I'm good.
Yeah, he's alright.
Minato?
I am at just under half of my health.
Can I scoot over to him?
Her.
No,
Whoever
it would take your
looks
whole
more
turn to get
wounded.
over there. She's way over by the edge of the cliff.
Okay, well, I'll start with Brahm and see if... Okay, so if I move up to where Brahm is, can I get to where Minato is next turn, or will that... Does it take a full turn to get to her, even if I'm starting from where Brahm is?
Let's see here, hold on. Yeah, you can get to Minato next turn if you go from where Brahm is. You will, however, need to either disengage from the large elemental currently engulfing Brahm, if you go over by him, or you will have to not go into that space. Which it may force itself into.
You know what? We'll just go for another healing word, which is range, so and a bonus action. So I'll chuck that at Brahm and then book my way over to Minato so I can heal next turn.
Okay. No main action?
I'm using my main action to move.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I'm spending my action
You
and
dashing.
my move action to move.
Yeah,
and
you're
then my
dashing.
bonus-
Dashing. Okay.
Yeah. Healing word is a bonus action, so.
Well, I mean, we weren't talking about physical appearance, but dashing as well as that in that sense.
I know the
No.
feeling, boy. All right.
A very dashing bird.
So you dash over to Minato and you healing word Braum?
Braum.
You healing word
Yes. And I'll use a second level spot, so it's 2d4.
Braum. Damn, alright.
So get those this level.
Hell yeah.
That's 5 plus 4 plus the other. That is 13 hit points. Because healing domain and high wisdom.
Okay. Braum, you heal that much. Next is... Oh, nope, that thing's dead.
And I am sort of scooting around behind Minato, so I'm not directly in the face of whatever she's facing.
Well, there was a small elemental that was supposed to go next, but it's dead. Tiska, you're up.
The giant bird ate it. Excellent.
Yeah.
Small.
Alright, so I'm also
Go bird!
away. Alright. I think I'm just gonna use Produce Flame again and do that against the large elemental this time.
Go for it. Make your attack. Let's see if this bad boy can fend off. I don't need that up anymore because I have my...
Does a 10 hit?
Afraid not.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I just know that off the top of my head. Nope, because the AC on those boys is 15. Yep, is that your action? Is that your whole turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Back to the top of initiative, Temp.
Is there any other elemental that's close to me?
There's just the one left, the big guy.
Alright, can I get to him?
Yes.
Alright. Oh yeah, did we skip
Nope.
Chitaloos? No.
Oh shit, we did. Fuck, Zackrow, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kyle, why didn't you let me know?
I'm sorry, I'm kind of dealing with some bank stuff right now at the
What
same
the fuck
time.
are you?
So.
Why are you doing that during our D&D session?
Because
Seriously?
I received like a multi-$100 bill that I really need to get removed soon. Anyway, I'm gonna what should I cast? Do any of these elementals look pretty badly hurt?
Well, there's only one left, and he has not been hurt yet. Well,
Okay, so am I close enough to hit him with a ray of frost?
yeah, you are.
Okay, roll that. 19.
That hits, yep. Go and roll damage.
It's a D8, right?
Probably?
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm not a wizard, I don't know.
I need to know if there's any.
Yeah, it's a D8.
You're not a
Ray of
wizard,
Frost
you're
is
just
the-
God.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Ray of
so I
Frost
rolled
is D8.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Sick, plus your modifier, right? Or is that not for damage?
No, it's just the 1d8 cold damage, but its
Okay.
speed is reduced by 10 feet.
That does not do much for it, but sure thing.
That's all.
Okay. Alrighty, next up, now... Sorry about that. Now we're going to Temp.
Oh, okay. Now I guess I'm gonna wander on over to your boy, the
Big boy.
small, the small elemental.
The small elemental's is the one that's dead.
Well, the other one is small to me in spirit, and I'm gonna
That
stab it.
sounds so fake.
What the fuck?
What?
That's such bullshit. I love it. Okay, go ahead and
Nothing.
roll your attack.
Alrighty. That's a nat 20.
Fuck yeah. Go ahead and double those damage dice, boy.
So that's gonna be.
I'm good at using my words.
That's gonna be a 12 bludgeon. No, 12 piercing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows. So I'm gonna
Alright.
use one of my key points.
Hold on, let me calculate this first.
Oh yeah, you need to probably half it.
I do, yep.
6.
Yeah, I know how to do that. I'm trying to subtract the amount from its current total.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry, flurry of blows. Go for
Alright.
it.
Flurry of blows. First attack is going to... That's going to be a 9, so that's going to miss.
Yep.
Second one is going to be a 26.
That hits.
Alright, and that's going to be 9 damage.
Okay.
And... It can't take reactions until the end of its next turn.
Okay, so no more attacks of opportunity. Gotcha. And that's it for you?
Yep.
Alright, next up, Minato.
Another ray of frost.
At the big boy?
Yup.
This guy's just getting ray of frosted from every direction.
Nat 20.
Jesus fuck. Alright, go ahead and double your damage dice.
Oh, an 8, so that's 16.
Okay.
Got a lucky bounce on my mouse pad.
Alrighty. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah.
Alright, next up,
oh,
Braum.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, next up, Braum.
Okay. I'm just gonna get away.
Okay. It cannot throw an attack of opportunity at you, so which direction would you like to run?
Are we all spread out pretty much at this point?
Temp is right next to you. Minato and Mir are off to your right and down, and Zackrow is over by the entryway. Ari, of course, is above.
Okay, I'll probably just stumble towards the center of this landmass if I can.
To the tree?
Yeah, I'm
You're right next
pretty
to it.
beat up, but, you know, hurting but not down hit points, but probably a little discombobulated too.
Alrighty. So, kind of hide behind the tree-ish. Alrighty. Anything else?
No, I think that'll do it.
Okay. Next is the elemental. Let's see. Okay, Temp, it's gonna make a couple of attacks against you. That's... That's a 15. Does that hit? Temp?
Sorry, what?
It's a 15 against you. Does that hit?
No, that does not hit.
Okay, and that's an 18. Does that hit?
That one does.
No, it doesn't.
Why would it not?
Oh, what?
Shield.
You're gonna use...
Reaction spell.
Okay.
Plus 5 AC.
What's the range on that?
Let me look it up real quick. Oh, never mind.
It's self only, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't want your shield.
Alright.
Wow, okay.
I don't need your shield.
That means my friend was using it wrong in the other campaign.
Yeah, I bet he was. Temp, you take 9 points of bludgeoning
Ha!
damage.
I scoff at your 9 points of damage.
It's a pretty pissed elemental right now. And that is its turn. Next up is Zackrow.
Oh, bye.
What you doing, pal? Hurry up. Zackrow. No, I did not get that. Magic missile, 9 damage. Gotcha. Okay, next up, Mir. No, Ari. Ari is up next. She will... She will attempt to bite attack the big one. Miss. And... Alright, this die is fucking cursed. She misses twice.
No.
Actually,
she doesn't.
What'd you
What
replace?
attack is she doing?
It's a bite attack.
She's gonna crit.
Really? Alright, Ari.
Divination time.
Ari, bite attack crits this damn thing. Which means, let me bring up the stats. Which means that
Can go for a little nibble.
Go for the
guess.
jugular. Except
Go
of
for the
course
eyes.
it doesn't have a jugular.
which means she does 14 damage to it. Because she's cool, but she's not that cool.
It's not as cool as, you know, sketchy.
She doesn't have classes.
Yeah, who missed his first
Also-
attack and hit his ally.
Actually, you know what? I did nerf the shit out of these guys. So let's roll what it actually would be, huh?
I hear a lot of dice being rolled.
Are we going to be increasingly glad we didn't end up fighting the
That's 21 damage. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would have like
Her beak
one-shotted
crouches
here.
into this guy, and while you shouldn't be able to, like, bite at wind because it's not a physical substance, she bites the wind and rips part of it apart. And this thing is screaming like a train. But it is very mad.
Just take a nibble out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, inhales part of it.
Yeah, she eats part of it. It's delicious. If you were to ask her about it, it would taste like tiramisu. Next up is Mir.
I'm next to Minato, so I will poke her with some healing.
The shit I come up with, you guys. The shit I come up with.
I do get to add wisdom 3 more for domain abilities, so 9 points.
Alright, take 9 points of healing, Mir. Or not Mir, Minato.
Minato.
Bueno.
Alright, that's your turn.
Just too long.
And I'm gonna pull a bow just in case. I don't imagine I'll do much damage with it, but so I need to fend off things coming my way.
Okay. And that's it. Okay, next up is Tiska.
Alright, she's a little frustrated because she feels like this is pretty much all she can do, but she's gonna throw another produce flame fireball at it.
Okay.
$21.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
8 damage.
Okay. This thing's looking really bad, you guys. It's starting to dissipate its form. It's starting to, like, melt out of its shape and then snap back together. But it's having a hard time keeping corporeal, or at least semi-corporeal. Next is Temp.
Oh yeah, it's that temp boy again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stab that air elemental again.
Stab that boy.
Placeholder, the New Jersey placeholders.
Do you crit?
Yes. What is this?
Double those damage dice, boy.
That's another 12.
Okay.
This is stupid. And then I'm not gonna use flurry of blows. I'm just gonna use mine. And then that's a 26.
To hit?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that hits.
And that'll do 9 damage.
Okay. Next is Minato.
The typical attack.
The Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
Okay, go ahead and,
Or, wow, 24.
that hits.
And 5.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Next up is Brahm.
Okay. Am I close enough to go take a swing at this thing?
Yeah, you are.
All right. Yeah, let's go for it.
It's a good time to do it.
I roll a 15.
Plus your proficiency bonus, plus your strength. That's gonna hit. Roll damage.
I gotta get the other dice out. Hold on. I roll a 7 plus the damage bonus, which is 2. Strength, I think.
So that's how many? JD, what are you fucking doing?
Sorry, I was looking through statements.
Oh my god. Nine damage total. Okay, pal, how do you want to do this?
You can embellish.
Alright,
Or you just
leave it up to
you
me.
spin around your weapon to create a whirlwind that sucks away the last of its life.
So what you do is you take a swing, you see this thing, and you see how Ari did like a snap nab of a bunch of its being, and you look at where should statistically be like the most damaged area if it were a living being, and you just like roundhouse hammer swing this thing, and you go straight through it. And at first you think, you're like, fuck, did I miss? Did I miss? And then this thing like foofs outwards, it dissipates, and then disappears into like a little sphere and just poofs, and it is gone.
Nice.
So, congratulations.
We've survived another combat.
You sure did.
Oh boy.
Alright. What would you like to now do?
Look around the town.
Well, you're in a temple.
So 2 things.
Alright,
One,
so what's
your
the
healer
reason?
has used about 2/3 of her spells, and 2, the player needs to go soon, so I gotta be up early tomorrow.
I know, I'm trying to hurry this up. Temp, Zach, what'd you say? Get the
You just gotta
artifact.
get that thing in me.
The nav box points towards the tree.
Alright, I wanna
Investigate.
like inspectify the tree.
Roll me an investigation check.
21.
21? Zackrow, you see a couple of things. What you see is, lodged in the tree, in the branches, almost hidden by the pink petals and the new the flower buds and stuff, there is a hat. It is a tricorner hat. It looks like a pirate hat almost, and it jauntily has an arrowhawk feather sticking out of it. It's very jaunty.
Oh.
It looks like a shed feather. It's not like a trophy or anything. And then also further up, you see, kind of nestled in a couple of branches, it looks like it was blown there by the wind and was caught, is a glass sphere, a little bubble orb. Who would like to recover those?
Sure.
I'll grab them.
Okay. Tiska, you just kind of flap up and grab them and fall back down. The glass orb, it looks very fragile, like very fragile, and it doesn't weigh anything in your hand. And inside of it, you see wisps of fog and a little bitty tiny little thunderstorm, just lightning arcing inside. If you put your ear real close to it, you can hear the faint static crackle zaps of the storm. inside this orb.
May I cast Identify on the hat?
You may. If you're
Is
taking
it
it...
a magic hat?
It is! It is a magic hat.
Ooh.
Ari tells you that, that hat belonged... Well, you learned this. It's a magic hat that gives you resistance to lightning damage. Partially because of the lovely feather in it. The feather that has lost its magic, and as Ari looks at this hat, she reaches over with her big beak and gently, like, daintily plucks the feather out, and then shuffles in her own feathers and puts one of her own in.
Aww.
And she says this is it's a magic hat, and if you wear it, you will be resistant to lightning damage. And I will let you know that I specifically made this artifact for Mir.
It's adorable.
Oh, fire hat. Oh, that's. Mir like takes one of her own feathers and like presents it with a little bow to the bird and says, "Thank you very much. I'd like you to know. You may not know this particular hat. I mean, like I haven't seen it before, but it reminds me of my grandmother who sent me on this path, and this will make me think of home whenever I use it, and also of your great kindness in this battle, for your strength. And if you will take a feather in return as a token of my appreciation.
Ari,
And may you have the blessing of the celestial family and assume upon your home and your family."
Ari looks very flattered and amused, but she's happy, and she takes the feather and gently tucks it in amongst her own for safekeeping, and says to Amir, specifically to Mir, says, "If you are ever nearby and I am able to hear you call, I will come." So
I don't know if this is actually possible in the mechanics, but Mir is going to look for a way to become pen pals with this bird.
she's a good
She's
bird.
Like interdimensional pen pals.
And with that, Ri takes, she turns and does a dive off the cliff and vanishes, and you can see her zoop up through the very complex turrets of the island cluster and land back with her mate.
Adorable.
So, congratulations, you won that sick fight against a thing which was a very high CR for you guys, and you found the source.
Woo!
And you made a friend!
Yes! Got a hat. She, like, carefully adjusts her headscarf so it sits, like, kind of below the hat in parody fashion. Perches the hat on. Adjusts a little. Just looks overall just the happiest little bird.
It is a magic hat and it will not blow off in the wind. Alright, so now all you have to do really is you can search the town if you want. There's probably not much there. But you can, if you desire, just head on back to the rift.
We'll just sweep anything valuable into the Lorelei's research fund sack.
Which I believe Luke is carrying at the moment.
Correct.
Okay. Alrighty. So you heading back?
Yep.
Yeah, if nobody has any objections.
No, let's
Sounds
take
good
it.
with me.
Is there anything that's being added to this fund so I can write it down?
You might find a couple gold around, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4. That's about it, though. Okay. You grab onto the rope, and Tiska can fly you guys back to the rift, and pop y'all through, if you so desire.
Yeah.
A reminder that, Tiska, are you just gonna fly them through on the rope?
Maybe kind of like dangles
Yeah,
down
no,
toward the
that's a
rift,
bad
and we'll
idea.
just kind of swing through
Yeah. Just
one
Yeah.
by one.
Because otherwise
do
you'd be
that.
going straight
Just
to the ground.
Tarzan swing through.
There you go. Alrighty. So you send everybody through one by one, and then you pop through last. And there is Lorelei and the other scientists waiting, and Lorelei says, Did you find it?
I give her,
Yes.
because I guess I was still carrying the orb.
Mm-hmm. And she says, "Oh my god, this is beautiful." And she takes a minute to look over it, and it is a very gorgeous little trinket. And if you tap on it, it makes a little glass tinking noise. It's got this cute little storm inside. On the plane of air, it seemed like, it looked fragile, but like you got the idea that you might not be able to damage it. Here, it looks like you could probably just crush this thing in your hands.
Can we smash it on the ground?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Lorelei says, "Alright, now we have to destroy it."
I do that.
Smashing.
Roll me a strength check.
No.
I'm
picturing like you rolling a 1 and you try to go to smash it on the ground, but
well.
somehow it just
Bounces.
14.
You drop it on the ground, and it goes, and it shatters into a whole bunch of little bitty shards, and the tiny storm inside goes and fizzles out, and the bits of air kind of whoosh out, and the portal, the rift above you, the blue, just fades slowly into the rainbowy sheen again. And Lorelei takes out her little, like, her personal little scanner thing, and she looks over the shards of glass, and she says, "Yeah, there's no residual magic on this. It appears to have lost all of its magical properties." Wow, you really, you did it, and we could do this for every plane. We can really destroy the rift. Responses?
Well, close the rift.
No, destroy. When
Okay,
all the sources are gone,
okay.
the rift will disappear.
Would that have any adverse effects on our area?
No, it shouldn't. It'll make it safer, which is awesome.
and I'm pretty sure there are still other ways to get to the different planes.
There absolutely are. There are different gates and vortices and portals in other areas of the world. So, don't worry about that.
Which, by the way, how would one send a letter to the elemental plane of air? Mir just asks with like no context.
You could try and use sending.
Mir nods thoughtfully.
Might not arrive though. Alright, so you have successfully closed the connection to the elemental plane of air, and that's where we will stop tonight
Okay.
for our session.
Okay.
And next week, you will go on another adventure to somewhere new.
Oh, awesome sauce.
What's our XP?
XP, I'll calculate it. I don't know if it's enough to level up, but I'll let you
Okay.
guys know in the chat. 'Cause I gotta calculate encounter stuff as well that wasn't just murder stuff.
We'll listen for the sound of that ding.
Alrighty. Hell yeah. Alrighty.
And,
So-
and is it to be assumed that we're taking a long rest?
Absolutely.
No.
Yes, of course. So you'll be all healed up and everything. Interestingly enough,
Spell slots regained.
yeah. Interestingly enough, when you do take a long rest, Luke, when you wake up, you have 1 less gold.
Oh.
Okay.
It's the elemental, isn't it?
That's all I can say. Alrighty. So, there's 2 more
Ground
combat maps
glides
to
up
add to my...
the
Actually, I've
floor,
got 3 more combat maps to add to my
sneaks away
wall.
a gold.
You guys
Maybe
avoided...
sticks a rock in your shoe.
Y'all, I invented creatures specifically for the right path, and I'm glad you took the left one because I love the arrowhawks, but you avoided my fun puzzle of air jellyfish, which I was gonna make you run in amongst the air jellyfish and get either good dex checks or get bitch slapped by electric air jellyfish.
I'm glad you
That sounds lovely.
There were a whole lot of air jellyfish too. If you look at
Would
the
you
map.
believe Mir is a lot happier we met the bird friends?
Oh yeah, I can believe that. All those little ovals are jellyfish. And it's actually funny because I wrote down stats for them that I made up. And the adult jellies have an AC of 12. And the babies, I wrote AC is 13 and also what the fuck is wrong with you? For why you would ever attack the babies. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Minus
throw
karma.
these combat maps up on my walls. I'm gonna paper my walls with combat maps. It's gonna be
Oh
great.
jeez.
Oh, and for anybody still watching, we're gonna hopefully make the green on the screen overlay a little less this time. This is our test of the first mock-up.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
this is just temporary. And also we'll eventually have character portraits.
Oh, yep. Those are
Yes.
coming real soon. I think.
Working
Well,
on it.
soonish.
And,
It's
we'll
alright.
also
Take your
probably
time.
put numbers on the dice in that corner.
Yep. But hey, the
And
overlay
take
looks
the
really good.
and take the words chat area. Because I thought it just like overlapped that. No, but
No, yeah, the
that
chat doesn't have
general
a
area
sound
blank.
background or anything.
gotcha.
Yep.
It'll look nicer next time, and slowly things will come into place.
Yep.
We're polishing. We're polishing.
And
Hell yeah.
hopefully my internet will agree more next time.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Fuse for not fucking up today. How about that, huh?
Yeah, it was lovely.
It was awesome.
Proud of
Thanks,
you,
buddy.
Fuse.
I mean, he crashed what? 500% less?
Yeah, it was awesome. So, you know, good job, buddy. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and outro the stream.
Proud of you, Fuse.
So we'll just disconnect
Alright.
for a moment and then we can chat. Alrighty, so hey everybody, that went really well. They made friends easier than I expected, and I would be lying if I said that Arrowhawk will not show up again. So, thank you all for stopping by tonight. Hope you enjoyed today's session of D&D. Hopefully I will have the last broadcast up on YouTube sometime this coming week, so that I can then upload this one. And aside from that, I could probably just say, no, I gotta put them on YouTube. And aside from that, thank you for stopping by. So, before you go to sleep tonight, I would appreciate it if you would take a couple minutes to wander around your house and make sure you don't have any extra lights on, any electronic devices plugged in that are not in use, any chargers plugged in that aren't charging anything, any water dripping from your faucets, etc. Go ahead and wander around and make sure that none of that stuff's going on, and do that if you will in an effort to conserve power and resources as a favor to me and to your planet. Although, friendly reminder, most of the extraneous power and water usage is not due to homes, it is due to industrial processes, so if you can find a way to take action in your local community, prevent any of that shit from going on, i.e. see also Nestle, take a stand, my friends. Alrighty. So, I'll go ahead and let this song finish playing out, and until Thursday evening, good night!